Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to another episode of the Kim B. Frank Show. We are back, we are back, we are back. I am hoping that you guys have enjoyed your 2 days already in this week since it's Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed the show last night. We are going to continue with the tribute to Mr. Fuller because we had more videos and I found some stuff. See, look, I'm in the middle of cleaning out the storage room, and y'all, I found some stuff. Some of it I had to throw away, but some of the stuff we actually would definitely go into what Mr. Fuller was talking about. When we talk about the Spark Initiative, when we talk about the Hodges Stockyard, I found that information. So I can't put it on the screen because it's in paper form. It's in my hand, but we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight as we go through some more of his videos. We're going to also talk about, I know what I want to tell you. So you guys know, for my other venture that I do, I have a webinar coming up. And on that webinar, I've already sent out the emails of all the people that I've invited to come to the webinar. It's a very small, intimate webinar, and it is dedicated to Black women. So I need some more of you guys to go ahead. I know December 1st is a week away, but I need some more of you guys to actually finish filling out your registration and getting it in. December 1st, 7 p.m., right here on our StreamYard. Excuse me, I said Streamline. But on StreamYard, we will be doing a webinar. All right? So I'm looking forward to that. Also tonight, and I really apologize. Tonight, I did not get a chance to get in a talk shop live because, like I told you guys, I'm in the middle of cleaning out a storage room and my time got over. And I thought I was going to try to do a show for 7:30, but there was no way I could do it. So I'm skipping tonight, but I will be back Sunday. As you know, Soulful Reset. We will be back Sunday on Talk Shop Live and on Fat and Fabulous here on Facebook and on UCN. So we'll be back Sunday at 6 p.m. for Soulful Reset. If everything works out, we will be there. Okay. I want to say hello to my who's this? My co-host. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Good.
I don't. Are you aware of the latest headlines?
No, sir, I'm not. That's what you come in to do. What's going on?
Okay, so if you would share your screen and go to the City of Alexandria's YouTube page.
Okay, hold up. Give me a second. Give me what did they do? So go to YouTube. Okay. Cool.
Go to the City of Alexandria's page.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Is this him 19? Okay, right here. We're gonna pull that up.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. I'm gonna share, so we're not talking to ourselves here.
Okay. You want to share it?
No. I'm gonna share this the live.
Oh, okay. So you just want me to open this up, put it on the screen?
Yeah, put it on the screen and let me share the live real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Gotcha. So I'm putting it on the screen. Okay. All right. So he went and had a briefing for the 19th. Wow. No, he didn't. Look, no, he didn't. All right. Okay. Just tell me when to open it up.
Hold on, let me share.
Do, 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 do. Wow.
Let me get my shares in. Uh,
26 views 4 hours ago.
yeah, nobody cared. I went on KLAB, and when they announced it, it had like 4 comments. Yeah, nobody cared. And then the rest of them were like, "Well, he's lying," you know. And so, let me get everything up
You know, you know, it, it's almost like a relationship. Remember, we said this a long time ago. We said that the city of Alexandria, the people of Alexandria, the residents of Alexandria, and Jock Roy has this abusive relationship, right? And I think the people are kind of getting over him. You know how when you're getting ready to get a divorce, well, you wouldn't know because you've never been married, but you know when you come to the point and you say, well, you know what, this is not going to work anymore. I think this is just me, my opinion. I think that's where people are getting with him. I think they know it's time for something. Because let me tell you this, it's because we don't see the people and we don't interact with them. A lot of them are watching the cities around them thriving. Let me tell you something. It's people paying attention to the cities around Alexandria that's thriving like crazy, right? And Alexandria is stuck in this time warp. And people are leaving because they can't get seem to get, seems like, okay, we put a mayor in place and we thinking he's pushing us forward, but reality is he's got us stuck in this time warp, and they're tired of it, and that's why people are leaving. That's why the population hasn't decreased, and he don't want to admit it, but it has. It's not just a crime, y'all. It's not just a crime. It's the ideal that is nothing going on here that's pushing. We're getting ready to go into 2026. We're going into 2026 with nothing changing.
we're going into an election year with
Yeah,
nothing.
with nothing changing. That's right. You're 100% correct. It's
So
election.
all this feels like he's revving up his base.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to, I don't know what he said. I just know that it wasn't interesting enough for anybody to care about it. I know that the police chief is somehow involved or some shit. I don't know. Uh, but he absolutely is revving up his fan base. The what did he say? The Who did he say? Actual the business community.
Yeah, that's right. He said the business community told him to come. Can he come back?
So he's revving up the business community. I think he realizes that the business community is not going to be able to carry him this time.
Nope.
He knows that this election is super important. He doesn't know who he's running against, and he won't know until July. And he's scared. He's scared. He's scared, and this is the ramblings of someone who's scared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we wait a couple minutes. Go ahead and talk a little bit more. Oh, I want to talk about the AKK network a little bit. So the AKK network is a network of people that we started on TikTok, and now that I have a solid group of people that content creators that covered various things like the Carmelo Anthony case. We have dating lives where we talk about relationships. We have a wide variety of topics that we talk about, and so I want to kind of push that out to the forefront because not only are we on Facebook in 3 different places, we're on YouTube in 2 different places streaming right now. So if you don't follow one, you can find the other one. If you want to watch us from YouTube, that's all fine and dandy. Just follow the AKK network. and also follow Super Band. Well, you ain't gotta follow that one, but if you find one, you'll probably find the other one. Um, if you're here because I sent you an inbox, thanks for coming through. Uh, please send me an inbox if you would like to come up and be a guest. That would be cool. We don't mind guests. It's a semi-safe environment. We do afford other points of view. Just be really, really careful about what you say. And yeah, that's that on that. Follow the AKK network. And make sure you're following UCN, which most of you guys already do. And yeah, that's about it. Like and share if you're watching this from YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share the live out. If you're watching us on Facebook, still leave a like and share the live to your to other people that are local. Since we're talking about local things today, and yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Um, I'll wait a couple more minutes because I don't want people to miss this. What you got? What else you got?
Oh, let me see what else do I have that's going on. I can't think of anything right off the like
Oh,
super.
your boy Donald,
Uh-huh.
signed the Epstein law.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, he signed it in. Yeah, it's a law now. But let me see if I can pull up what he said on.
Wait a minute. What do you mean sign into law? What are you saying?
Well, okay, so yesterday the Senate and
Mhm.
Congress passed it 247-1. Chuck Schumer pulled a move and got a unanimous a unanimous consent from the Senate to, as soon as they get the bill, they're going to pass it because it's got to pass in the House and the Senate.
Mhm.
And as soon as he said what they moved, and uh, soon as they got it passed in the House, it goes to the Senate where they have to pass it, and then it goes to the president's desk where he signs it and it becomes a law, right? So before it even got to the Senate, it had already passed. So it went from them. Hey, Steve, what's up, Steve? It went from them to his desk this morning, and about an hour ago he signed it. But before he signed it,
Mhm.
let me read. Let me see because we got a couple minutes. Before he signed it, let's see here. I want to read what he said. Uh, it's a lot too. I mean, he went off the rails. Which I mean, it only leads me to think that he's guilty. Like it's something in there that he don't want out, and people are starting to say that. Hold on, come on, there it goes. All right, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You know my girl Rubia Garcia, she be on it. God damn, that's a lot. He says,
Watch your mouth.
oh, I'm sorry. He said, he said Jeffrey Epstein, who was charged by Trump Justice Department in 2019, not the Democrats, was a lifelong Democrat, donated thousands of dollars to Democrat politicians, and was deeply associated with many well-known Democrat figures such as Bill Clinton, who traveled on his plane 26 times, Larry Summer, who just resigned from many boards, including Harvard, sleazebag political activist Reid Hoffman, minority leader Hakeem Jeffries, who asked Epstein to donate to his campaign after Epstein was charged, Democrat Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett, and many more. Perhaps the truth about these Democrats and their associations with Jeffrey Epstein will soon be revealed because I have just signed the bill to release the Epstein files. As everyone knows, I asked Speaker of the House Mike Johnson from Louisiana and Senate Majority Leader John Thune to pass this bill in the House and the Senate respectively, which he didn't. He didn't do that. That's a lie. Uh, because of this request, the votes were almost unanimous in favor of passage. At my direction, the Department of Justice has already turned over close to 50,000 pages of documents to Congress. Do not forget the Biden administration did not turn over a single file or page related to Democrat Epstein, nor did they ever even speak about him. Democrats have used the Epstein issue, which affects them far more than the Republican Party, in order to try and distract from our amazing victories, including the great big beautiful tax cut bill, strong borders, no men and women's sports, a transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, lowering prices, biggest tax and regulation cuts in history, ending 8 wars, rebuilding our military, knocking out Iran's nuclear capability, getting trillions of dollars invested in the USA, creating the hottest country anywhere in the world, and even delivering a huge defeat to the Democrats on the recent shutdown disaster. For years, our great nation has had to endure Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 impeachment hoax number one, impeachment hoax number two, and many other Democrat created witch hunts and scams, all of which have been so terrible and divisive for our country and have been done to confuse and deflect and distract from the great job that Republicans and the Trump administration are doing. This latest hoax will backfire on the Democrats just as all of the rest have. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. Laura Loomer on X. If you guys know who Laura Loomer is, then you know what I'm about to say. She says, I'm going to say the GOP has a Nazi problem. And the more we pretend like we don't, the worse it's going to get. We do. Don't tell me we don't.
Laura
That's
Loomer.
Loomer.
Ooh. Wow.
That's Laura Loomer.
She is a staunch advocate of what's his name?
I can't make
Wow.
this up. What do you think? Like, is this a reflection of local politics where we repeatedly get lied to, and
Mm-hmm.
you gotta force Jock to do anything that
Yeah.
requires? Yeah, there's a lot of. Oh, I know what I wanted to see. So, um, anybody in the audience, right? Before I get too far ahead, can anybody in the audience tell me Kay Miguel's political affiliation?
Political.
Yeah.
Okay, she ran. Okay, I do know she ran for mayor at one time, and then when after she ran for mayor against Jock Roy, which I believe he put her in the race against Catherine Davison, he wound up making her the chief of staff. I think after she ran and lost. I don't think she's there no more. I don't know if she's still there, but that's what she was his running. She ran against him. And when after she ran against him, that's when she got that position as his administrator, chief of staff or something like that on his at the city of Alexandria. She got that position. And also Kay Miguel's used to be on the ethics board. And when she ran the mayor mayor of the city of Alexandria, they put somebody else in her place. And also, another thing, she is also part of the Gold Wings team. Um, excuse me. Yeah, she's part of that team at one time. I don't know if she's not there anymore, but she was part of that team. I want you guys, what I just said to you guys, excuse me, y'all should understand why we say the things we say. Now, I just told you two different things that one person was involved in. I told you that she was an employee or she was on the team of Gold Wings, which is one of the number one attorneys that work, attorney teams or attorney firms, law firms that the city of Alexandria worked with. I told you that she ran against your mayor you got now. And after she ran against him and nobody said anything about it, she became his chief of staff. I believe she was put in that race so he could get back in there. Because I think at the time she ran, um, Catherine Davison ran, Jock Roy ran, and I think somebody else ran. But she lost. And then she became his chief of staff. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything happened, but I'm just saying. Okay. This is the stuff they do right in our faces, and nobody says anything. But we said something because we always been saying it. We always been paying attention to stuff that other people don't seem to think it's important. Which I thought was amazing that she did it. I think a lot of people, just like Roosevelt Johnson gets thrown in races for money. It ain't like he really want to run for anything. Most of that is he's been thrown in there to split votes. Y'all should know who the vote splitters are by now. I mean, hey, we've been talking about them for the longest. You know exactly who your vote splitters are. When he comes up, he's in there to split a vote. Because you got to remember, Johnson been quiet for a while. If he comes up in this mayor's race in 2026, you know he's in there to vote split. You know he's in there to vote. Just watch who runs against him. Watch who runs against him. Pay attention to who runs against him. Because I guaranteed you, they're there to vote split. They don't, because my thing is, if you were really about the community and about the people, you would be a servant all the time. Not when it's only time you come up is when they run for a seat. You would be in the faces of everybody all the time. You would be hollering out all the things that you think he's doing wrong, not only just what he's doing wrong, and then you would come up with a solution how you could fix it and work on it in front of everybody. No, y'all don't see that.
Mayoral elections in Alexandria are nonpartisan. Candidates are not required to declare a party affiliation to appear on the ballot. So, what we're talking about, what I'm trying to point to here, is the
Mm-hmm.
fact that this political ambiguity that exists in Alexandria is really Republican,
Yeah. Yep.
right?
Yep.
Jock is a Democrat on pay. He's a Dino, Democrat in name only,
Yep. Because
right?
he doesn't do Democrat. If you guys watch him, he doesn't do a lot of Democratic things, right?
No, he does not lean. He
Mm-mm.
does not lean
No.
left. Oh, she ran as a Democrat. Thank you, Kev.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Mm-hmm.
even play the role that well.
She's
Yeah.
a Let me tell you why I know she's a Republican. Because majority of the Gold Wings, these are Republicans, you guys. No matter how much they say they are Democrats,
Majority.
all
I
majority.
said if it's 10 people that run Gold Wings, 9 of them are Republican.
That's
Guaranteed.
right. That's right.
Um, and don't forget, Kay Miguel's also she was also on the ethics board.
I said it. You didn't hear me.
Okay, I missed that part.
Yeah.
She was also on the ethics board. But here's the thing: she was Jock Roy's chief of administration when when he was in office before.
I told. Oh
So,
yeah. Before. Oh, okay. Hold up. Hold up. Remember when he? I just said. Are you listening to me?
no, listen to what I'm pointing out.
Okay.
When Jeff Hall became the mayor, guess where she went? Nowhere.
That's right. She stayed in that position. He did not switch her out. Surely didn't.
Jeff Hall's not a Democrat,
No, he's a Republican. No.
right? Yeah, wolves can appear as sheep. You damn right.
That's right. All the time.
So,
All the time.
so we are being we. This is the end of the Dino era
Mm-hmm.
in Alexandria because your Republican stripes are showing.
Yeah.
Your Republican stripes are you are exposed for who you really are. Now, I'm glad we brought it back to this, right? So now we're talking about Democrats. She stayed in there because she interviewed me. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
damn.
Yeah. Well, you okay? Do you remember the one of the other city council meetings, and she got up there and spoke? That was just recently. She's still there. She hasn't moved anywhere.
Oh yeah, no, she's still there. She's definitely still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what position would you guarantee yourself? Because remember, she stepped down from the ethics board to run for mayor
Sure did.
in 2018. And when she stepped down and she lost the race, that's how you know she was put in there
Uh,
because she stepped down and she still won.
yep. I just said, Tavares, are you listening? I just said
I was
that.
listening. She began serving as chief operating officer for the mayor in 2006.
Uh-huh.
In 2006.
Then that means that this is her second time around coming in there with him. That's what that is.
I think she was his chief of staff the whole time because she could be the chief of staff. And
Yeah.
I don't know if she could be on the ethics committee. I don't know. I don't know how long her stint was on the ethics committee.
I
However,
don't know. She did serve there.
yeah. So let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay, so here we go, you guys.
When you give a report like that, you can have, of course, this is where we are today. These are the things that we have to do to meet the future and think about some of those future-proofing items. I'll talk about Reignite today as part of that. Just up front, Reignite does not require any new tax, and we did not base it even on the renewal of a tax. It's based on what the Spark roll-off does currently and how it can be funded in the future. I think that's really important to highlight to people, although it can give a false sense of, oh, well, then you don't need things. So we'll come to that as we do throughout the rest of the year. But those are the facts. I mean, transparency is what it is. You can't. I'm not going to be here selling anything to the public other than giving the report of where we are and what we're doing, and people are going to make those.
Isn't that cute?
Somebody listens to the show. Somebody listens to the show. You know what, Jock? Man, let me give Jock a shout out. Hey, Jock, you might be an op, but goddamn, you are dedicated, bro. You are dedicated.
Oh my God, it's so cool. It's so cool.
It is. It's nice to be recognized. Cool. It's nice to be recognized in a very sly manner.
Okay. Before we finish this, he mentioned Spark, so I want to bring something to you guys' attention about Spark. Now, I told you I went through my storage and I found a whole bunch of meetings that we went through, right, and a bunch of information. Now, I want you guys to listen to this about Spark incentive. Now, this happened, okay, back in 2008. This is how long, quote unquote, Spark has been going on. This is the incentives. It says in April of 2008, the city of Alexandria embarked on the largest redevelopment project in its history, a $96+ million project known as Spark, or Special Planned Activity Redevelopment Corridors. Spark addresses decades of neglect and underinvestment in 3 districts in historic areas within the city's inner core, and all an effort to reduce the effects of unfettered sprawl development. Spark is based on the simple ideal that multiple strategic investments in catalytic infrastructure most effectively increases property value, decreases crime and poverty rates, stimulates private sector development, and generates short and long-term employment opportunities. Specifically, Spark is implementing and will continue to implement plans that had, until now, remained on the shelves for over a decade. And because it scales, Spark is flexible enough to also include an array of incentives for new privately driven development projects. Spark tackles everything from housing and retail developments to improving roads, drainage, and police and fire coverage. That's what Spark was. We are now, that's 2008. It's 2025. What has changed? What has changed?
Nothing.
Okay. Now, they said $96+ million. So 2008 to 2025, how many years is that? 17 years?
Yeah, something like that.
17 years. So I'm sorry. I want to make sure because I might have to come back to some of this.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, and she was. He said Kevin said she was simultaneously the director of planning.
Yes.
So she was
Yes.
making over there at the city of Alexandria up y'all tax dollars.
That's right. That's right. She sure was. She was doing very good. She was very good. And then I also have some information on the Hodges Stockyard too. I got that information too. But we're going to get back to that. So let's finish. I just wanted to let you guys know how long he keeps mentioning Spark. We're going almost into 20 years of Spark, right? And if you look around you, what has actually changed? We know
He's
that
gonna
there has,
he's gonna blame Jeff Hall being in there for 4 years. That's what he's gonna blame.
but he can blame that all you want to.
He's been there for 16.
I know. But let me say this. Let me see. Spark is designed to provide immediate catalytic intervention in three distinct areas of Alexandria inner core, known as cultural restoration areas, each of which corresponds with the important heavy traffic transportation corridor. Downtown and the riverfront, Bolton Avenue and North MacArthur Drive, and Masonic Drive and Lee Street. The city of Alexandria acts as its partners in this important development, adhere to existing master planning and facilitating immediate development action, as well as increase the guarantee of long-term success. Leveraging financial value with the immediate influx of substantial public spending, provided business plans are sound. Create the opportunity for tax credit uses like rehabilitation tax credits or new market tax credits in the restoration of significant historical structures, particularly as they relate to preserving community character, affordable housing, and central business district and Main Street economic development activity. In the case of any listed project related to alleviating urban flight and blight, property abandonment, and economically distressed neighborhoods, and as tools for sustainable, environmentally conscious development, provide the potential for misuse, promote diverse ownership and partnering, preserve, not displace, separate, or marginalize our city and its neighborhoods and people. And y'all show me in the city of Alexandria, in these areas, okay, let me say the areas again: downtown and the riverfront, Bolton Avenue and North MacArthur Drive, and Masonic Drive and Lee Street. Y'all tell me which areas got built up with this Spark incentive.
None. That was none. We'll go ahead and roll the video because
Those determinations. I think the council is going to need to position itself to be very educated about that process and what it wants to do. But in Reignite, we don't rely on any new tax whatsoever. And I'll explain how that's the case. So first, let's just talk about the financial state of the city. Sales taxes are steady as they go, and we even, we see some increase in that. If you look at the LSUA dashboard, he'll report it differently. Nobody gets yet what our Christmas time does to how we report it, but that's an indicator of where you are as a city. If your sales taxes are steady or up, it means exactly that. If you're a sales tax based budget, it means that people out there in retail, et cetera, all the things that generate sales tax, not just retail, are doing what they are supposed to do. It is a great indicator of confidence in the community. So there are, not by all, but by some, a report that there's a concern about retail closures. So the data I'm going to give you just shows that's untrue. But if you report and you do things, you have to dig into facts. Having an opinion without facts, everyone can have. But when you look at the data or the indicia that goes into an opinion, it should be based on facts. I often tell you guys, and it's boring to hear over and over, but if you're on the edge of Martin Park and you're getting rain on Spencer Street, and you're seeing flooding occur, that's not your opinion. That's a bad rain. If you're in the farmer's field about 500 to 1,000 yards past that, and you've been really dry for a long time, that same rain that inundates the area on Spencer Street is seen by you, in your opinion, very differently. But the fact is the same. That amount of rain that fell on that spot is a fact, and that's the same. But the opinion of the two different recipients of that rain could be different. What we look at to determine how the city's doing from a retail, et cetera, standpoint is manifold or multifactorial. And here are some of those things. We look at sales tax, which I just went over. We look at utility, new openings for business and those things. We look at, I do some private interviewing with everybody that has something to do with selling cars. And so I have people in that business, and I call them and ask them future expansions, how are your sales? So those are two different things, but they're very related. If you see people expanding car sales in the city, meaning they're building new infrastructure to do more, like we see with Walker out on that corridor, those are all good signs. And so if you see one car group leave for some better opportunity they've worked out, and another business takes over that retail spot, but you see that overall growing, that's just the trade-off of retail. That does not indicate a negative for your community. Again, easy homework to do. Very simple.
Jesus. What's that joke you always tell about him sounding like a used car salesman?
Yeah, I say that a lot. Is that what he sound like?
No, back it up like 20 seconds.
Okay, hold up.
And so I have people in that business, and I call them and ask them future
little bit more.
expansions, how are your sales?
What?
Back it up a little bit more.
Okay.
All right there.
So that rain could be different. What we look at to determine how the city's doing from a retail, et cetera, standpoint is manifold or multifactorial. And here are some of those things. We look at sales tax, which I just went over. We look at utility, new openings for business and those things. We look at, I do some private interviewing with everybody that has something to do with selling cars. And so I have people in that business, and I call them and ask them future expansions, how are your sales? So those are two different things, but they're very related. If you see people expanding car sales in the city, meaning they're building new infrastructure to do more, like we see with Walker out on that corridor, those are all good signs. And so if you see one car group leave for some better opportunity they've worked out, and another business takes over that retail spot, but you see that overall growing, that's just the trade-off of retail. That does not indicate a negative for your community. Again, easy homework to do. Very simple. But if you don't want to, if you're lazy about it, then you can just.
Okay. Hold up.
First off, let me say this.
I didn't know mayors did that.
First off, you just told us that you have personal relationships with these car salesmen and these car dealerships, right? So now you're making me think, where are we buying our cars from for the city? Secondly, you're talking about your personal, intimate relationship with these cars. It's not easy homework to do. It takes them knowing you in order to get the information.
Yeah.
So where do you, again, sir, how many minutes are we into this?
Not that many.
Yeah, and it's already a shit show. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm listening to him. I've never heard a mayor say he talks to the car salesman and asks them about their sales. I've never ever heard that before. Why would that be something a mayor does? When all he has to do is, if you said you looked at the sales tax, you should be able to get that information from the sales tax people, right? Why are you having a conversation with the car salesman? And the why would you have that kind of that's he says intimate. Didn't he say an intimate conversation?
Intimate, right? But here's the thing. All you got to go to do is go to do the same thing Mr. Porter did and go to the sales tax office. That's how
Right.
I found out Johnny Downs don't bring in no money.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's just to me amazing. Oh, okay. I mean, but this is why we're talking about you guys. This is why we saying about this connection, this nepotism, this white
Hook up this homeboy hookup shit, this good
exactly,
old system.
exactly. Now, Walker, I didn't know Walker was, I don't know what Walker expanding for. People, and see, this is another thing. I'm wanting him to say this. People are leaving here, okay? So the ideal that all these quote unquote businesses are just booming to come into Alexandria is amazing. It
Well,
really is.
because what he's doing is he's turning Alexandria into a car lot because
That's
he's bringing in the tractor trailer people so they can set up and sell their tractor trailers. He's depending on car sales to determine whether or not we're growing. How many car lots do you need in Alexandria? You
I
only
know.
2,000, but it's a central location.
I
So,
know.
but
I
again,
know.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if this helps out. Let's see if he helps himself out of this one.
Only report the negative, but they're easy things to figure out. We look at fire inspections as we relate that to chief, new permits, et cetera. I know what that data is as well. So cars, sales tax, the final fifth one for me is annexation and new development requests. So as a council, Mr. Johnson, you may not agree to every annexation for lots of reasons. There are lots of people that want to be annexed in the city, which would immediately jump both population and other things for you. But if the cost to annex them in because of their infrastructure needs that were built not under our standards out in the parish or elsewhere long ago outweigh the benefit of bringing them in, we've been careful about that. So is every council before yours. But you still count requests and you look at developments and new areas that would like to be annexed, not just the traditional ones. I won't count those. They've been asking. But new places that want to come in to build, whether we approve it or not, or leave them in the parish, but they're adjacent to the city, those are also on the up. So all of the indicia are indicators of what we look at to determine whether the city is, in a commercial sense, growing, doing better as compared to, and this is all you can do, is look at the past and look at now. And you make those comparisons. Do not indicate the negativity that I think you guys, to continue with the flood, are inundated with every day, right? This idea of the closure. So that's in general, and that'll be coming out in your State of the City report, Madam President, shortly, before the Christmas holiday. Let me say another thing about retail, how retail moves around. If a restaurant closes, a fast food or even non-fast food restaurant closes, typically that dollar that was going there, those customers just rearrange to another choice, right? So when you say that a restaurant's closed as an indicator that the city is failing somehow, it's just not doing your homework. And it's really just a crazy indicator. It's made worse if that restaurant is not only closing, but moving to a new location where they're going to rebuild the place more expensive, add infrastructure, add non-permanent, but temporary construction jobs, et cetera. That's another indicator, but you've got to trace that all the way through, right? And I think that doesn't happen a lot, but I want to make sure people understand those are the ways you grade that paper, Madam Teacher. So
my question, who is he talking about? Did somebody make an indication about stores closing and stuff? I think he's talking about Channel 5. I mean, KLB.
Well, here's the thing, right? So anytime businesses are leaving your city,
Mm-hmm.
anytime businesses are shutting down,
Mm-hmm.
anytime things are moving to Pineville out of Alexandria,
Mm-hmm.
Shamir said, we tired of Mexican restaurants, damn it. Hey, I agree.
Yeah.
But Alexandria doesn't, let's say, for instance, Alexandria doesn't have the revenue to support a Fogo de Cow or Fogo de Chao, right?
Yeah.
Where your typical bill is somewhere upwards of $500 or $600
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for two
Yeah.
people.
For two people. Yeah.
So they can't do that. But what I can say is that he's just trying to bloviate the fact that, what did I say? He's talking, this is him revving up his base. He's talking about the business community. He's not saying anything about districts 1, 2, or 3. He's talking about the business community. And he's pantomiming this thing about that tax renewal.
I heard that come in.
Yeah, that's on the under of his dialogue.
But he said that the Reignite program, whatever that is, he's saying
it said he's not dependent on the tax renewal.
Yeah, exactly.
Now wait a minute. No, don't get me wrong. We're still gonna need that money. But yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with that. So that lets me know, if we do get the tax renewal, some of that money will be funneled over to Reignite.
Mm-hmm.
It will be. Absolutely. He has because he's related the two in conversation.
Yeah, it shouldn't even been, unless somebody said that's what they're going to use.
It wouldn't matter. Somebody, it's not his job to respond to what somebody said about allegedly. Yeah. But that tax renewal it's baked into this. But I'm gonna go back to being quiet because I haven't watched this yet.
I don't want the council to be concerned because you hear about a retail closure that necessarily means, by all the other indicators of retail growth, that there isn't retail growth. Sometimes a restaurant just isn't liked, it loses its patronage. And so what happens is that will be absorbed, as retail dollars are, in some other restaurants for the patrons who are still going. But retail is not a city-driven phenomenon per se, right? You don't decide that, Madam President, where people eat. You also don't choose how many restaurants and one type of food to do. I know that.
Why isn't he talking to them like they third graders?
Because he's revving up his base. He's pulling the trump.
But Tavares, you don't need to talk to nobody like that. People know they don't have.
He's pulling the trump. He's revving up his. Look, watch how I'm gonna talk to him. He does it with Van Dyke. He's probably gonna do it with the police chief in this meeting. He does it all. This is that money ain't gonna be for your people now. It ain't gonna be for your people.
But I'm trying to figure out, why would you even say that they know they're city council members. That's it. They have nothing to do with restaurants and businesses that come to Alexandria or who leave Alexandria. Why are you even saying that?
Because they complimented Joe Fuller and all the changes that he made yesterday. A little insecure.
Not a little insecure. Did you say a little?
Insecure, yeah, because if Joe Fuller would have come back and he was still with us and he wanted to run for mayor, he would unequivocally spank Jock.
Yeah.
And Jock knows that.
Yep.
So how would you like to be haunted by the legacy of someone greater than you?
There's a lot of people greater than me.
There's a lot of people, but that was one of the more prominent Black figures.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he won't talk to Jules or Malcolm like that. No, the fuck he won't. He said Mr. Johnson. That must have been Gary in there.
Yeah, it must be Gary and Cynthia in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
popular thing to say that we have too many of one type of restaurant. You don't, if there's a market to build 10 more and they're full, then you don't have enough of that. If the market supports 10 of a certain type of restaurant, when someone writes and says, why do they keep doing that? The they is not the city, it's not the council. The they is the person taking the risk of their talent, time, and treasure to go open a place.
No, because the permits come from the city. Stop. Come on.
Well,
Come
I
on.
mean, you don't get
Come on.
the city doesn't. I get what he's saying.
I get what he's saying.
It's grossly plagued with inaccuracies.
Yes, yes, because the city has to give them a permit in order for them to even do any type of business in the city. So him saying that doesn't make any sense. He knows that.
He says we need to take all businesses that come to the city. We don't need to think about what actually is needed or what the people want. Fuck what
Yeah,
the people want.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
fuck what the people want. We need to get businesses in the city. Yeah, just like he said, fuck what the people want down third. They wanted a shopping center, but fuck them. We're gonna give them nothing.
Yep.
We're gonna give them more. We're gonna give them more affordable housing that we can profit off of on the back end.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna give them. Fuck what them people want. They don't
Watch
need.
your language. Watch your language.
Sorry, I forgot. Them people don't need no shopping. They don't need no grocery store down third. They don't need that. They need more Mexican restaurants. Yeah. Give them more Mexican restaurants. That'll make them happy.
Okay. I just thought that was funny.
Put people to work and try to make it. And if they make it, and it's another restaurant of a certain type, someone thinks there's too much of, then there wasn't too much of it. The market board.
First of all, you're bringing in restaurants that's not even paying living wages. Okay. Most of the restaurants you're talking about that have a whole bunch of is they're not paying living wages.
Yeah.
So
They start out at 8.25.
Nope, I don't think so.
I don't see the point of bringing in businesses that aren't paying livable wages.
Exactly. So you're saying just bring them on in. You have a whole bunch of restaurants. Yeah, somebody did complain it's too many restaurants. It is. But ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody eating at these restaurants. So why would you keep throwing your money into a restaurant that's not being patronized?
Why are we steady building these places that don't support livable wages?
Livable wages or don't stay around long. Restaurants don't stay long.
Shamir said, who's going to work there if they're all getting deported?
Shamir, that's not nice.
Well, I will say this: where I live at, right? I go into a Chinese restaurant and all of the staff is Mexican.
Yeah.
Put that together. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Yeah, make that make sense.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Watch your language, boy.
I didn't say nothing.
No, just in case you be getting rough. Only I can cuss on here.
Oh, okay. Well,
the market bears that restaurant. Does that make sense? I'll answer questions on that. Okay, so I know there's a lot of expertise about that. I saw recently there was a hotel being built next to the mall, and there was a string of comments that we don't need that, another hotel. Again, evidently you do need another hotel.
No, you don't.
And people like that don't build a hotel.
Now, who do you think approved of that hotel to come here?
The thing is, you don't need it. You don't need it.
Because nobody comes here.
There's nobody coming here. At first, you guys said they needed the hotel space for Dixie League, for the conventions, for the Pentecostals. Yeah. Now, what do you need it for? What do you need more hotels for? That's a sweetheart deal.
Yeah, though, and see, listen to how he's talking, because a lot of these deals are just what you're saying. Because again, despite what he's sitting up here pretending, nothing gets built, nothing gets bought here unless Jock says it can come here. Now, keep this in mind. Y'all know he is a micromanager. Nothing gets put in the city of Alexandria without the approval of Jock Roy. Now, don't get it twisted, okay? Don't get it twisted. If he says he don't want that there, he'll talk to the planning department, he'll maneuver, they'll put paperwork together and say, "Oh no, we don't want that here." And that person will take their business somewhere else. He doesn't care about the people here. He don't like a lot of competition for his buddies. Keep that in mind. Because again, as we said earlier, who put him in this last time? He said the business people put him in the last time, right? So, of course, a lot of competition ain't going to be coming to Alexandria to compete against his buddies. Don't get it twisted. This is, let me tell you something. If you understand how capitalism works, if you know how business works, yes, these types of things take place where they will say no to a business if it's competing with a business that's already been in existence and it's one of their buddies' businesses. It happens all the time. So this stuff he's talking, listen, but take it as a grain of salt, because nothing gets put in Alexandria, in the city of Alexandria, without Jock Roy saying it's okay. Believe that.
Unless they've had a, a real deep plan, Trey, as we know, with our own dealings in this, a deep dive into the community to see that the money will be made, or they wouldn't take that risk. So if they're building in a corridor right where you might see retail closure of one restaurant because another one's coming, or they lose patronage, they've thought about that. And that's not what it means. Sometimes restaurants close because they fall out of touch with the patronage, or people change what their tastes and desires are. Maybe their price point is off, or more likely than not, they fall out of favor because there are national trends at work. They belong to a parent organization that could be going through a bankruptcy. All of these things I've seen happen in this year, but none of those are reported. So I want you guys to know we do keep track of that, because we care if something retail closes. While we don't think the city controls or should, unless you're not a capitalist. If you're a capitalist, you want retail to control.
Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said?
What'd he say?
No, did you hear what he said about we don't have no control over it unless you're a capitalist? You heard what he said? Listen, just listen to what he said.
They fall out of favor because there are national trends at work. They belong to a parent organization that could be going through a bankruptcy. All of these things I've seen happen in this year, but none of those are reported. So I want you guys to know we do keep track of that, because we care if something retail closes. While we don't think the city controls or should, unless you're not a capitalist. If you're a capitalist, you want retail to control itself. But what can the city do, right? We can create an atmosphere that people get their permits easier. We can create an atmosphere that's friendly to retail.
Did you hear what he just said?
He letting you know. He letting you know that he's been hooking people up.
That's what he just said.
That's what he's saying. He's telling you he's been hooking people up. You want to create an environment where we can kind of streamline and get by things. That's exactly what Reddix was doing.
Yeah.
Remember, he said that we needed to do away with some of the permits and codes.
Yeah. Because again, if you think Jock doesn't know what businesses come here and whether or not they approve of those businesses, he just told y'all.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, I feel like he's literally saying that it's for sale.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying
I'm saying that he's for sale. Like, just because they cut something off on the front end don't mean he's not getting nothing off the back end.
Yeah. But it's just I want them to understand that when we say this, he just sat there and told y'all we actually cut corners if we want certain people to get permits. That's what he just basically
But he
said.
just told y'all.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe look, I might be over analyzing what he's saying.
I don't think so.
And I think in some cases, like the Reignite Corridor, which is about the mall in large part, which is a retail center, retail can be at a level that's so big in a city that it does justify a different look than perhaps a single restaurant. What do you want to be careful of with that? Well, you want to be careful that you're not, as the council, picking winners and losers, right? If you have, we'll talk about in Reignite, if one of the plans was, we want to put a bowling alley inside the mall, but we want the city to help us do all this, and there's an existing bowling alley next to the mall, do you think it's appropriate for the public to incentivize a new bowling alley to compete with the existing one? Does anyone want to answer? I don't think that's appropriate. So in those cases, you have to think about retail uses because of the scale.
Did you just hear what he just said? Didn't I just say that just a few minutes ago?
He's telling you, he's saying the quiet part out loud. Capitalism, if you're really going to be a capitalist, capitalism is all about competition.
It is.
And if they have a better bowling alley, the bowling alley ain't too much different from the Mexican restaurant analogy he was using.
Exactly. So he's saying it's not good to bring a bowling alley in the mall, inside the mall, when my buddy got a bowling alley right here that's not being used.
Right.
That's
But,
what I heard.
but,
That's what I heard.
I can't stop people from putting too many Mexican restaurants in one spot. But I do not agree with the bowling alley part. Yeah, we can only have one bowling alley.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
And hey, wait,
And because you don't.
Huh?
That's why nothing new comes here.
I just said that earlier. I said that earlier. Oh gosh, you gotta listen, sweetie.
I got to turn on the closed caption. I don't be listening.
Yeah, you need to turn on the closed caption.
I
Want to punish someone who did take the risk. You might not want to incentivize them to put in a gun store in the mall because you have an existing longtime family security sporting goods right next to it.
Did you hear? See? Look.
Well, here's the thing, right? The thing is, he only wants competition in certain markets.
Exactly.
But if it gets to tapping into his homeboys' pockets, he don't want competition there.
See that family-owned stuff? This is the reason why there's no
Are they gonna go out of business if another store opens?
No, that's not necessarily true because you're gonna still have the same people who's always been buying from you. You're still the company is gonna still have the same. Say they have contracts for sneakers with one of the high schools. That's not going to change unless the price is better. Now, if the price is better, there you go with your competition. Then, hey, yeah, you know what?
So they want to be at, well, he didn't say anything. There's a pawn shop that sells guns right up the street from this security sporting goods.
Sure is.
It's literally like 4 blocks away.
Yeah.
I bought one from him, but that's a different story.
No, it's not.
That mom, many holes in the ceiling. Birds are making a nest. Look at it in the front. The nail shop has been like that for years. Yep, that nail shop ain't going nowhere. I don't know how they do it, but that nail shop is not going. That nail shop is going to be the only thing in that mall. That and the jewelry kiosk.
But so do you guys get what we're saying? I'm so glad you guys are listening and getting an understanding. Ask questions in the chat if you have any questions, y'all. Just think about what he just said. He said everything I said earlier. That's how it works. Nothing is getting put in Alexandria. No business is coming to Alexandria with Jock Roy's stamp of approval if it's not on it. That is just how it works.
But he's saying that they can't control it.
But that's a lie, and you know that's a lie. He just told you. He gave you a perfect example with damn sporting good, with security sporting good.
He said he can't control it. He just told y'all he can't control what comes in here.
whatever. Okay, okay. All right. All right. All right. Maybe we might not be listening to it properly.
We might be listening with our bad ear.
Yeah, yeah.
So those are the kind of things that we would think about in retail. Now, let me tell you another area, Madam President, where we chase retail. We do have groups and consultants where we do contact different things that we think people might like or would come because we're worried they don't have the correct data. So retail may do a dashboard view of your community, see one set of data, but if they just knew this one other thing, it would change their mind. They're really good at that. As I said, the hotels are really good at it. But
he said, if you guys only knew that we're hooking people up over here, man. If you come here, listen, we'll cut all the red tape out the way. You know, you're seeing that, but see, you can't see the part where we're saying we're going to cut all the red tape out. So let me reach out to you and let me tell you, look, you come here, man, we're going to make this a sweetheart deal.
Yeah. You remember now, the utilities incentive is still in place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. And he's the only one that can approve it.
Yes, and he's the only one because Marcotte is gone. He's the only one who can make that incentive.
Him and the director of utilities, which that explains a lot too. But
yeah.
Them two are the only ones. Listen, the utility incentives are for businesses that want to come to Alexandria, and they get a break in their utilities because they're buying. I guess they pay more or whatever. How do you get a break from paying more? I don't know. But if he treated them businesses the way he treats the citizens, then we'd probably be looking at a different Alexandria. Or maybe if he treated the citizens the way he treated the businesses, we'd be looking at a different Alexandria. But he's not doing either. He's talking about the business community. That's his focal point. Fuck them people. Excuse my language. Forget them people.
He's saying it, like you said, the quiet part out loud.
Sometimes with restaurants, there can be this one added thing, or they find out a new project is coming on board and it changes their mind. So we do chase it in that way. Otherwise, while I know mayors love to, including me, cut the ribbons at retail is largely a phenomenon that happens in the private sector. And when I say largely, I mean 95% or more, 99%. And the choice to close is also 99% some type of choice that has very little to do with the city. I guess the biggest example that I would like to give that is less about retail would be the closure of any kind of rural health or some of the hospital adjacent centers that we've had. In the COVID world and when we had Medicaid expansion going gangbusters, there was a lot of overbuild in communities. We were one of them. And so because there's so much subsidized things happening, government subsidized, people were able to build. If you have those places and you go into the waiting room, Madam President, and no one's in there day in and day out, that's an indicator of that overbuild. I've talked to the hospitals about when those changes were made. They were nothing to do. They had to do with not needing that because they didn't fully need it before it was subsidized. You were able to have more and more locations because you didn't have to make it work on your bottom line like normal. There was subsidy attached. Also, there were just some realignments that hospitals do from time to time. And I think they gave the list of the reasons for that.
What'd you say?
So what he's saying is the subsidies ran out.
Yeah.
Just like with housing, the subsidies ran out. The subsidies ran out. Just like with what's that place we was talking about on the corner down Third on Willow Glen, the apartment complex?
Hodge Stockyard?
No, the apartment complex on Third that just got shut down.
Oh, the Bethel Apartments.
Yeah, the subsidies ran out. So they stopped taking care of it. And that was a city-owned property. Well, not city-owned, but the city gave them the vouchers for the people. And that was a project that was headed up by somebody he put in place.
Yeah.
So the subsidies ran out. That's why they couldn't run. because they can't make the money no more. And then the people are left to suffer with the bill, with the everything else that goes with people leaving and businesses shutting down. So when hospitals and stuff, urgent care centers, when they shut down, they're not large, but them nurses and them doctors in there quickly go find another job. Quickly.
And the people suffer in those areas.
And the people, the people do suffer, but them people be wanting you to pay $100 up front for an emergency room visit.
I'm talking about the people, the patients.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because they don't have any place else to go, especially if it's close.
They can go to Rapid.
No, I'm saying in the rural areas, Tavares. I'm talking about further away than this. If there's no local in their areas, any urgent care, they don't. Once they close down, they're gone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So those people have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to Rapids General. They don't live close to one. It's gone.
Oh, if you 2 hours away from Rapids General, you need to go somewhere else.
No, but if that's Tavares, you're not. You just saying that because you don't understand living in a rural area what it takes. You know.
You're right.
You gotta live there to understand how that puts them in a bad position, having to drive so far to get to a nearest just urgent care. You know.
So you'll hear a little more about that. I want to get some of these data points out in front because I want a positive message. They'll have some cautionary tales in the state of the city. But I want to make sure that we're taking the time to develop some of these ideas of what goes into a state of the city address. They may have been typically for me speeches, but there's data always underlying those statements. If we're saying that the state of the city is sound, we need to have a reason to tell you that. If we're stating that it's sound, but there's a caution note, then we need to say what that is. And if we're saying it's unsound, which I've only given one in my history, where I declared some degree of questioning soundness, was my first year back this time. So that's where we are on that.
That's when you blame Jeff Hall for malfeasance. I remember that. You said Jeff Hall had so much malfeasance, but the thing about malfeasance, I couldn't be Jeff Hall. You couldn't pay me to be Jeff Hall, because if you put some smut on my name, nigga, we got a problem. We got a real problem. And if you saying that it's bad enough to be called malfeasance, then we really got a problem because you're trying to put me in jail.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, apparently it doesn't matter if there was malfeasance, because who is the goddamn chief of staff?
Mm-hmm.
K. Miguel's your chief of staff. If there was malfeasance, who was the chief of police? Jared King, your chief of police. He kept majority of your staff. How can you say that there's malfeasance and shit rolls downhill, right? All the people that you're implicating, that's the reason why you won't push the button, because it's your people. Because if you say he was malfeasant in office, you can't just pin it on him. You can't just pin it on him. You'd have to pin it on all your buddies that he kept.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But man, I need to stop getting so worked up. This man is an incredible ass gaslighter.
We want to continue to see more value-added business. So let's get out of retail for a minute. What really drives your economy is the creation of jobs that are value-added, meaning they didn't exist before in the community. If a retail store closes, Cynthia, the people in theory and in practice can relocate and do those same things. Now, if you just had a rash of every bit of retail you had closed, you'd have a big problem on your hands. But that's not what we're seeing. What I think we need to be seeing more of, and we all have to work hard to do it, is value-added jobs where we're bringing in new people or employing under or unemployed people here because there are better jobs being offered that are new. And I think healthcare is one of those places that we should focus. And you've seen me since coming back in Nehemiah and otherwise focused on health, which is going to dovetail into the Reignite corridor. The LSUA partnership, Madam President, that we have committed for your consideration and your fellow council members is critical for that. We talked about it this morning just for a minute on the phone, but the bottom line for that is a value creator. That would bring people from outside to go to school. It also creates value in putting people downtown for retail opportunities, as we talked about this morning. It also is in an area, allied health, where we've shown a declared need. So those are upwardly mobile jobs, right? From radiation technology to all the rad techs to all those parts of allied health. These are jobs where there's movement. You have the ability to go up in pay. You have the ability to transfer, take a new set of classes and do something related, different but related in the field of medicine or healthcare. So
But keep this in mind, y'all. I hear what he's saying, but what people are doing is they're getting that education and they're taking it to bigger hospitals. They're taking it to where they're getting paid good money. They're not staying here and working. They're taking that education.
Or even if they are working here, they're shuttling in from 30, 45 minutes away outside Alexandria.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So it's not a guarantee that they get all their education here and stay here. Because you can be a rad tech and then apply for a position at MD Anderson and get paid double what you're getting paid here for a rad tech. Why would I stay here when MD Anderson is paying more? I would be in better neighborhoods. I'll be living better. I wouldn't stay here. I would pack my stuff and go to MD Anderson. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Just want to tell you guys, I think that the $3 million we've committed there, as we committed the $3 million to the CLTCC, is an easy payoff for you. That project is a $40 million project.
Okay, let me ask y'all something. Somebody in the chat. Who graduated from CTLC, whatever the name is? I have never seen a group of graduates from there. Can somebody tell me who graduated from there?
It definitely has a graduating class. They wouldn't be open.
No. I'm not saying they don't, but I just never see, like you can see LSUA talk about their graduates, Iowa talks about their graduates, but I've never seen anything CTLC, whatever the name of it is, actually talk about a graduating class. You don't even hear them talk about what they offer there. I've never seen a commercial. Anybody? Could I be wrong? Am I missing out on something? Let me go to the chat.
Not watching enough TV.
That's probably what it is. So anybody in the chat, can y'all tell me, do y'all know any graduates from that downtown college? Anybody know anybody graduated from there since it's been open? And do you know any of the classes that they have? Because I just thought that was kind of weird that you never see them actually advertise on TV. Now I've seen LSUA. I've definitely seen Upper Iowa.
Well, that's because the city does all the marketing for CLTCC.
Oh, well, they're not doing
it. That's the city. That's Jock's baby.
Okay.
That's his other child.
So anybody in the chat can hear me. Let me know if you know anybody who's actually graduated from there, and can you tell me what type of classes do they have there? Because I was just curious. I'm just curious. Okay.
So you're getting a $40 million full return just on the value of construction and building here for that $3, but you're also not giving it for just that. You're giving it, and we'll have a cooperative endeavor with deliverables back to us, but we're giving it to employ people here, bring people here, retain nurses and other allied health people here. And in a way, I don't mind saying it, we're enticing more and more of our public institution, LSUA, to do more with the city. And we need to reach out to where they are as well and do that. And we are talking about that with sewer programs and other things that they have needed for some time. So I hope you'll see that as something important. That vote is coming up, and I think they open their first bids after the council meeting where it comes up for adoption. We're December 2nd. They open bids on the 10th in Baton Rouge. So we'll have, assuming everything works, we would have all our stuff in order. If they open the bids and the bids come under, y'all know Dr. Carell like I do. I think they're going to be going forward at light speed if they can. So keep them in your prayers and keep that in mind. We'd love to see that bid come through on the first go round when they open them up. I'm going to ask the LSU to let me get some of the displays that I've seen and put them in here. I'd like for y'all to have an opportunity over the Thanksgiving holiday to view them and look at the quality of this project. Remember, it's really about the nurses and the people pipeline. But you talk about a beautiful building downtown that's going to be an attraction in and of itself. Imagine those letters were seen from the interstate. It's set up. You're going to love it. It's a really great opportunity of scale that would be in the downtown. Questions about LSUA? I know I can't ask y'all to tell me for it, but y'all have always supported. Y'all know it's in the book.
What you say?
Nobody cares.
Okay, so LSUA is having a nursing building being built downtown.
I guess
Because he talks about downtown. Let me leave. That's a whole nother subject matter.
Budget, we segregated the money from the first budget when we came back. The whole $3 billion's there, and it's even listed in the budget that was voted on as a priority 1 capital outlay project. So I think you've already announced where you are on it. I just want you to know it's coming up for the cooperative endeavor, and all the cooperative endeavor is we have to have an agreement with with the Board of Supervisors and LSUA that they will provide value back commensurate with what we do. There is a joint service law where one of the exceptions to the normal public purpose is there's always a public purpose for a city, a municipality, Trey, to partner with an academic institution. So that you're halfway there, right there. And that makes sense, right?
One of the good things I like
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're telling us that LSUA is planning on building something there. So is that not competition with CTLC or whatever the name
no,
is?
I don't think so. I don't think CLTCC has a nursing program. But here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
And that said it, at least they're putting money back in District 3.
Yeah. Okay, I got what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That is District 3. You're right. Even though they won't see it, but okay.
Even though they won't see it, that money will never make it across some train tracks. That money's gonna stop at them train tracks, just like the beautification project did when they put them benches in the middle of the street and they need a bus stop, and then bus stops with no benches.
With no benches. Look, you see where it stopped at? It stopped right where that restaurant and the Family Dollar used to be. You don't see nothing beyond that. That's going straight down Lower 3rd. You don't see nothing that looked like the city going down that way. They stopped it right where they did.
They planted some trees and they put the metal benches out there and they put some bricks out there. I think they did that in a couple of spots. But if you go further, if you start heading towards Broadway, you in fact, it ain't shit. Oh, Miss Dorsey said yes, they have a nursing program. She works there.
So wait a minute.
I thought we weren't making any competition.
Wait a minute. So why would you do that?
Because it's healthy competition, except for guns and bowling and Mexican restaurants.
Okay, so why would you do that if it hasn't? Because that CTLC was his baby, like you said. So why would you let LSUA to come in?
They're trying to double up.
Yeah.
Let's see what his logic is.
Yeah.
He's gonna bloviate for a second, but let's see what his logic.
There's only one in the state, and if you're gonna get them,
Stop.
So the jobs that it will fill, Madam President, are jobs that you are concerned about and we need desperately here, and that would be a real benefit to our community. We've done a lot of work, Mr. Gist, Ms. McGill's, and others getting this structure set up for it, and we'll be unpacking that to you. And I just, we have some kind of executive, summary versions that are kind of high level, easy to read, and then we have some granular stuff that you may want to look into as well. I'll be happy to meet with any of you anytime about it. Jim, I owed you a meeting on Reignite. You'll get a big part today, but I'll see.
So. Leave Jim alone.
And then he whatever question he did ask, which doesn't matter, he didn't even answer it.
He didn't.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have jobs. Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying was.
So if Kay McGill's and Gist worked on it, now I thought Gist was contracted in. See, that's y'all $350 an hour. He getting paid off of y'all money.
That's them billable hours he talking about. Yeah. Trey Gist said, I need my yacht paid off. Let me get come on, we can't do nothing. I'm tired of writing these goddamn proposals and goddamn agenda items. I need some more.
So you got Jonathan Goins, but you got Trey Gist, and you got that other lawyer. So why y'all?
And you got Bo Weems.
Yeah.
And you got, come on, man.
Y'all getting ripped off. Did you say the billable hours?
Yeah. It's just like nothing but belt and suspenders. By the way, folks, any man that knows fashion, and I'm not saying I'm that learned in it, but one of the things I do know is, and you're going to have to bleep this out, when he talks about belts and suspenders, first things first, every gentleman knows if you're wearing a belt, you don't fucking need suspenders. And if you're wearing suspenders, you don't fucking need a belt.
Oh my God. So you saying he wears both?
Why are you wearing both? They're doing the same thing.
Yeah, hold up your pants.
Bro, this guy, like I said, I'm not calling him a hillbilly. No, I'm not calling him a hillbilly. I'm not even calling him a redneck. I'm not. He's too pale for that. What I am saying is, when you come up with these fancy words, these little clever colloquialisms, it's just a belt and suspenders. Like, bro, you're talking about fashion items. Do you have a shirt on? Are you wearing pants? Because if you're walking around, well, I would assume, wait a minute, if you're wearing nothing but suspenders and a belt, you're gonna need, though, because you can't clip the belt in the nut. I mean, you can put the belt around you, but if you don't have no pants on, then you're just walking around. You're walking around you naked with belt and suspenders on. Okay. She said, who are you talking about? I'm talking about Jock Roy. And he told me, that's just the belt and suspenders of things. I was just talking about belt and suspenders. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're wearing a belt, you don't need suspenders. And if you're wearing those suspenders, you don't need a belt. You don't need them both. You need either or.
Well, you see, he don't have good fashion sense. You see that in his dress.
Yeah, he is wearing a polo with a dress jacket.
He dressed like a Republican.
Because you know what? That is a difference. Because if you look at Malcolm and you look at Jules, they don't never show up to no damn city council meeting like that.
Nope. They always look nice. Always. They always look nice and neat. Even Fowler and what's her name be looking sloppy to me. I don't know why, but they do.
Well, you don't have an incentive to actually do anything other than just be there.
Because actually, y'all, to think about it, Villard and Fowler are lame ducks. They really are. They lame ducks council people. members.
Well, see, their vote still matters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If we ever end up in something where we need we don't have that fifth vote, because
Nope.
I can assure you, Lizzie Felter, if she's willing to gerrymander something, she's not willing to vote as a fifth to go against Jock. So yeah, that's plausible. But yeah, if you're wearing suspenders, you don't need a belt, and if you're wearing a belt, you don't need suspenders. Wearing both of them is a fashion faux pas.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
But I digress. Go ahead.
Sit down with you. Malcolm and I have met about it a pretty good bit. He's taken an interest in some of those things already, so we've been talking a little, but I'm available for any of you. So look, this was about getting public safety moving in the right direction. We've got work to do, no doubt, in public safety, but getting things moving in the right direction, and what I would consider we were clearly in the wrong direction, coming back. I have breakdowns for you by investment of this administration in a comparative sense, which I'd be happy to show. In any other metric that we need with public safety, we're going to be happy to show you that. The next thing that was part of our 100-day plan, and at least what my plan was coming back, was also to stabilize and place the Alexandria utility system back in best practice, complete and offer back our customer service center with modern online connections. I understand from Rick and others, we're close. So we've done a few, what do you call them? Mock.
We'll do the permanent conversion Thanksgiving.
Okay, so Thanksgiving weekend, that's been advertised. We're letting people know when things come online, but they're doing mock conversions of getting us in a very different way where people can interface with that. And it's all about connectivity. So if you think of Alex Connects, it's about making that across the board for the city, for employees and customers.
Now, you've been in office 16 years and y'all just updating your system?
You got hacked 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just now updating your system.
Mm-hmm.
You got hacked 5 years ago, and you're just now updating the system. If he got to always talk about public safety, then Alexandria has a problem. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does. And so he can't say that they don't have a problem, which is what he's been saying lately.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either or, champ. It's either or.
You can't have both. You can't have, well, wait a minute. They said it could be correct. Two things could be correct at once.
No, not that one. You either got a problem or you don't.
To be able to interact differently. And that technology does not stop. It also with police on force multiplication, drones and other things, you're just going to see us using a lot of technology to fill gaps where either people were there or where it's the better practice to do it. That's a challenge, because then it's people that are out of positions. But as y'all know, that is a national challenge with AI and other mechanization that's replacing jobs every day like crazy. So
that would explain why he doesn't.
We also are now.
Huh?
That would explain why he don't want them cameras.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys seen the video. Miss Mika put up a video, and she said there was a drone. She didn't know. Well, can't tell whether or not it was a police drone or whatever, but it was a drone over her head, out of nowhere.
Now at that third part. So this is how I saw it. 3 things, and you'll hear it in the address. 1, getting public safety in the right direction. That means paying benefits, spending on equipment, et cetera, which, I can give you just a snapshot. In 4 years prior, it was probably 3.3 million. That's over a 4-year period. Just in this last 2, we've spent about 5.4 or 5.5. So that's a big difference, and that's just in equipment items. We can look at capital, and salaries is going to be also an important thing to look at. So that's only part, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of work in public safety that's outside of the APD who are working their tails off to do a great job, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that too. Not so much in this address, but. We are going to have to do some things that track people better who are out on gun felonies walking around because they're going to commit another gun felony real quick. And so we need to think about how we can help do this. We have at least 2 plans for that. One of them, I'll tell you, is the reinstitution of what was called Project 50 years ago, a different version of that, but where if you're a multi-offender on gun crimes, it's going to get harsh because multi-offenders on gun crimes will offend and typically go up a scale. So where they missed one time or it wasn't quite at that level, the next time will be higher. I'm sorry that it's that way. I'm sorry our society finds itself in this place, but the data is informative. And if you want to bring your receipts like we're doing, then when you bring your receipts, that's what the receipt tells you. We've completed a home ownership study. Y'all know that I did a executive order about the state of home ownership. Mr. Laverdane also had brought up this quite a bit. Here's that response, Madam President. It is detailed, and I will make sure the council has this copy. They responded within 30 days as they were required to do, and I have to say, I could not be more pleased with the level of work that went into this by the staff here at the city on home ownership as opposed to other forms of need we may have, and how to do some of that better and how to base some. The executive order gave some guidance about what we'd like to see tried, and it's very detailed. So that's going to be given to the clerk's office as part of that record, and we'll be happy to present that report when it's time. So Reignite projects, as we've explained to all of you, Reignite is a larger set of projects. Can I flip to the next slide? But the focus is a lot on the mall. So here's the whole structure of how it works. Our position would be that $45 million in municipal bonds can be completed with the roll-off in a couple of years of all of Spark that finished on time and in the money. So you would not be changing your car note. Same note you're on, right? And listen, because
Okay, let me tell y'all what he just said. He said this could surpass Spark as the largest mixed-use retail and recreation redevelopment project in our history. He's got 82 million. The Spark, and I told you guys earlier, said 96. So how is it surpassing it? I mean, I always thought 90 is more than 80. Anybody, is their math the same way my math is? I don't know. I'm not a math guru, but I always thought 90 surpasses 80. So that's a lie right there, y'all. And I'm reading to you from the Spark Incentive paper, Alexander, Louisiana. In all cases, Senate process will require requests for proposals from other consortiums. And it says in April of 2008, the city of Alexandria embarked on the largest redevelopment project in its history, a $96+ million project known as Spark. So am I wrong? Okay, I was just checking.
of today's time, you have to be careful about every sentence. No material change. I can't say if it's going to be a few thousand, but it's not a material change so far that's been reported to us. But whatever it is, if it's a little up, a little down, it is not of a material nature on the size of that note. To go out and do this, same note, new money, we just move forward on that and get to do new projects. You have never been able with your capital outlay program by itself to do these kinds of levels of things. That's what it's for. But you're in a financial position to do this with our bond rating and other things that we've achieved. To get to the 82, we need about 7 in capital outlay funds that are designated toward it. I want you to think about, you're already making those there. You did Masonic Court Sports last night. Tanya, that's total on those is, I have it in front of me. Go to the next slide, Michael, real quick. Next. So here's what you've done already. That first million, it came in roughly in the money. All of these other things are in various degrees of happening now. So let me be specific. We're going to spend a minute talking about the mall P3. There's a workforce housing that we bid into and didn't get. That would have been $1 million in what fund is that? That would have been in home funds, $1 million.
$1 million in home funds.
And that was where we had told the council that we thought it would be a great opportunity to have workforce housing in that lot behind Target that would be built at sort of a lake. Nice places, townhomes that we could talk to Cabrini and others about. So that's still there. We just, as y'all know, when you bid with LAC, you don't always get them. Somebody else gets more points because they have a program. So we're going to continue to think of that as going toward that lot. But it could go somewhere else, obviously, but that would be a great plan. Masonic is out. The annex building is happening now. The tennis court upgrade is not. So the new money, Bringhurst Park, this is a restoration of the facilities back up to the original level and then some, because it would be multi-use. I'm not sure how that changed to a different word than facilities, but check that out. It's not on my copy that way. 9.5 million.
Now, did he say the tennis courts $0.50 million upgrades to existing courts?
That's
and
that's $500,000.
But did he say it was out? Is that what he said?
Run it back.
A lake, nice places, townhomes that we could talk to Cabrini and others about. So that's still there. We just, as y'all know, when you bid with LAC, you don't always get them. Somebody else gets more points because they have a program. So we're going to continue to think of that as going toward that lot. But it could go somewhere else, obviously, but that would be a great plan. Masonic is out. The annex building is happening now. The tennis court upgrade is not. So the new money, Bringhurst Park, this is a restoration of the facilities back up.
Didn't he just said it's not?
Why is this shit misspelled? What the fuck? What the
I know,
fuck is
I saw that. Yeah, somebody had some.
That's what you guys are paying for? Restoricon?
Yeah.
You know what? That is a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
It's a con move. So he said Masonic is out, so they're not going to spend $1 million on that, right?
And then the tennis courts, he said, is out too.
The tennis court is out, so that's $1.5 million out. Bringhurst Park, they're gonna do what they can for Bringhurst because he's determined. Oh yeah, what about the brown water?
Because let me say something. This has nothing to do with brown water. This all has to do with the mall. Reignite is the area where the mall is.
So what program are we doing for the brown water?
Don't ask that. I have no idea. Okay, just listen. I don't know.
All right.
To the original level and then some, because it would be multi-use. I'm not sure how that changed to a different word than facilities, but check that out. It's not on my copy that way. 9.5 million. I'll tell you what I did, guys. I took of the 3 options we did all those years ago when we did the RFPs. The last one that I think Clifford had done some of them with me, I think it was 7.2 was the Cadillac then. There was a 5, a 6, and a 7.2. We took what 7.2 million was then, and that's what it is today. Just in less than a decade, it's grown a lot. I had Mr. David do his own calculation independently. We did one in-house and compared them. They were exactly the same. I think that's probably
if this is
every year it changes. So I'm thinking
if this is the Reignite, right? And Reignite is supposed to cover Lee Street, et cetera, et cetera. Where are the projects on Lee Street in Bolton?
Okay, now listen. Yeah, so listen. Now it's funny that it says Masonic Drive, falls up under the Spark program too. It says downtown and the riverfront, Bolton Avenue, North MacArthur Drive, and Masonic Drive, and then Lee Street.
Nat says you can't ignite nothing if the people dead. Keep going.
And that 9.5 is 10.5. But that would be really getting it, these are some errors.
I think that should be T's on.
Well, that, yeah, it's just doing some
Someone
kind
change
of
the key on the computer. That's a T.
Okay, so Masonic Drive, this is happening now as part of the MPO and everything else, so that's money programmed in. So you can see y'all are already on your way in some of the leverage.
So what they did was they concentrated on the things that they want to see done.
Yeah, they definitely didn't ask the people about this.
No.
No.
This is what because that's how he works. He is a micromanager. This is what he wants to see done as quick as possible. This is what he wants to see done.
Matches. Michael, if you go back to the second slide that has the whole program, please. So you can see that you're already putting council a good investment into that first step. I did not put LSUA in that. I'm counting that 3 separately because it was always a separate project. But those monies that you saw some match, at least $1 million or $2 million was in there for that 30 in federal match. That's aggressive, that number. We probably had a similar number in Spark, and maybe in this day and age you'd say to go down some because you're talking about a number that big and how competitive things have become. I would tell you with CSRS as our partner, I don't think it's aggressive because I think this is what they do. This is why the council gave us permission to hire that particular firm for that particular reason. And I would also point out that Reignite, unlike Spark, sits on a bunch of water diversion bodies, a railroad, and a bunch of things that allow you to get a lot deeper into grants than we've been able to. We're having a little more trouble lately than you think. Even public safety stuff will be every time real quick. It's just competitive right now, super competitive to do. But that Reignite corridor, because of where it sits, we're doing that squat building, which is public safety, and all those different pieces, there's a lot of opportunities. So I'm comfortable with the 30. I know when you compare it to the 45 of our money, that's a lot, but I'm not scared of it. Spark was 96 total. We probably achieved, it was much more scaled up. That will be much more scaled up when you get into all of the other components that go in it. But if you just look at the 96 for 82, I think this is a tighter prediction, and I think Reignite will be bigger as it happens. I do. I think it will be a bigger program. So no new taxes, no net effect on your tax burden because of what I said earlier. You'd be paying materially the same note. David, we think that so far, we're not positive, but we've had 3 different reviews and so far they all come in. So does our internal. So keep your fingers crossed. I hope that stays. It impacts sales and property tax revenue in the sense that it impacts them positively because as this grows, those will grow. So then it feeds itself. Next slide. To make sure everyone understands, Reignite is more the equivalent of the whole thing. So if there's some projects outside of the Masonic corridor, but don't be fooled, the big majority, over half of that would be in that corridor. And in that corridor, we mean to make that corridor all of those different things as we.
Okay, can I say something? Okay, again, I want to say this, and I said it earlier. This is like an abusive relationship. I'm going to build you a mansion. You just got to let me keep beating on you. I'm going to show you that I'm going to build you this great area. People are going to flood in. People are going to bring money into the city. All of these things. People are going to love your new house. You're going to be able to invite over all our family members, right? But when them lights go out at nighttime, when the house is all
he's beating your ass.
Your ass.
And especially if you act up in front of the company, you offer that some water. You gave them some water out of our drink cups?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sorry I'm saying this, y'all. We don't want to sound negative all the time. I'm not saying that. I just think in my head that I've been to many different cities, and this is not how things are done. Okay.
Mr. Battles wants to know when's the next marathon. It's next year, next November. So he's campaigning. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I have to say this part.
Go ahead.
So as long as you guys understand what you're watching, right?
Yeah.
He's starting this massive project going into a campaign season. So he's going to get our hands tied, or his hope is to get our hands tied, so it will force people to vote for him so he can continue. Now, this could have came up anytime over the last 4 years. It could have came up anytime. It could have came up right after the Restore scam. It could have came up it could have came up anytime over the last 4 years. But now we're going into an election season and we're in the countdown. We are 12 months away from election time. Officially. I told y'all this 6 months ago. 18 months out is when you typically want to start campaigning, especially if you're an incumbent. But we're officially 12 months out as of right now. Because this time next year, oh yeah, it's just gonna be hot and heavy. It's gonna be. He doesn't know who's running against him. So he's throwing all the spaghetti against the wall. All of it. And hoping that it sticks. But this meal ain't done. Yeah. This math ain't mathing. But continue. I apologize. You're on mute.
Okay, you're going to get all this nice things. I'm going to put chandeliers in when you walk through the hallway, because it's going to have high ceilings. So the chandeliers, you're going to be able to see the chandeliers. And look, the corridors. Oh, the corridors are going to have Italian marble on it, right? On the floor, and Italian marble on the walls, right? So you're going to have encaves that's in the doorways. You're going to have archways. You're going to have all this beautiful stuff.
You're going to have a foyer.
Yeah, you're going to have a foyer.
And yeah, you never had a foyer?
Wait. You're going to have spiral stairs. Now, just imagine.
Spiral stairs. You're going to have dual spiral stairs.
Yeah. And look, the wood that's going to be made, the stairs are going to be made out of, it is going to be imported from Japan. Okay?
That's going to be Japanese teak wood.
Teakwood. That's right.
Yeah. And the handrails are going to be bamboo. Jim Villard getting ready to go to yeah, Jim Villard's gonna get ready to go to these black churches. Clarence is my friend. Clarence Reverend Ray is my friend. Reverend Turner is my friend.
That's his first stop, Christian Love.
Christian Love is his first stop. And Doc is gonna be there with him too.
Yep.
Falcon might even show up.
Okay.
Go down the corridor that would be in support of what the mall would have to do. So if each of you take this in front of you, you're going to see our due diligence questionnaire that was internal. We're making it public today. If you go to it's 4 pages in front, and then you'll see 7 pages behind it. The 7 pages behind it was our first meeting with the mall ownership group. We've done this part. This is an internal document, so it won't look like something you'd put out to the public and say, hey, here's our marketing plan. It's technical, but we want all of you to have it. You'll see the last few pages from 5 to 7 on the oldest one that's in the back. It has
Remember when KLAB put in their FOIA request to have the actual numbers to back up the figures that the city put out about crime?
Yeah.
I don't think they've got it yet.
But you can probably, I don't know if you're going to.
You can't, nope. Everything was done internally. The only people that have the numbers is the city of Alexandria.
Okay. And he said the council going to get it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yes or no questions that we were on a call asking. Do you agree with our vision statement? Yes or no? So it's, while it has a technical component, it's got a, you need to marry now or not. We need to know, are you for these things? Are you okay with us talking about this mall being a totally different beast than it is today? Not the traditional retail mall, but a different experience-driven product. And so now if y'all would just go to page 4 of that document, the first one, you'll see it's called due diligence 1.5. So this was the second one. It was issued to the 15th. We put it out today, the 19th. You'll see what we're talking about. The mall involving enhanced dining, social hubs, open air concepts, improved connectivity, tech enhanced stores, pop-up shops, omni-channel shopping, which y'all have heard me talk about, interactive entertainment, the children's museum anchor, and on and on. If you go now to page 1, and I'll just read this into the record for the purposes of the media. The Reimagined Masonic Corridor is part of Reignite. It will aid the Alexandria Mall partnership in creating experiential retail, town center infrastructure, omni-channel retail shopping.
Yeah, nobody cares about none of that. That's a press release. That's very curated.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bird said he sure loves restore, reignite, reimagine. Like, refund? Can you do a refund? How about a refund? You're running for re-election, right? So no one thinks it's unusual that he waited until now to suddenly ignite Masonic Drive. Not ignite it, reignite it.
Oh gosh, that's funny. That's funny.
They don't seem suspicious. That's not suspicious.
Oh my God, this is funny, y'all.
Reconnect? Oh yeah, he did do the reconnect.
Yeah, reconnect. Yeah. Okay.
He's the re man.
Let's go past the what's the name? I don't want to hear that. Hold up.
Their first moves on the mall stone. So you don't do all the private side first because you could be in trouble, right? You make sure that we structure it so they're enticed along the way. So that if you take the continuum at the end of it, will be their money coming in all the way at the end, but our money won't go into things that wouldn't be something you would do anyway. What do I mean? The biggest project to start is the anchor project, the Children's Museum and Learning Center that we've been talking about. This is a huge opportunity to build something that is the best in the state.
Okay, so this is my question, y'all, and maybe we missed the initiative on this children's museum. Who did he ask?
Well, here's my thing, right? So for certain children, you build prisons. For other children,
you build museums.
It's gonna be the best in the state.
Yeah. I just was curious about who came up with that.
So we're not trying to be second on this one. We want the best. We have talked to our private business community and others. They are really behind us. River Gang.
Did you hear what he just said?
You got to run it back a little bit. But listen.
Okay,
They have been talking about the Children's Museum for 15 years now.
Okay, hold up.
And then
the biggest project to
hold on.
Go ahead.
All this stuff is all in part of his re-election. Restore, reimagine, reignite, retcon. What did he say? Restore con. That's what the sign said. Restore con. Boy, that wasn't. And the thing is, you can't typo that because Windows has fucking excuse my language. It has spell check on it, right? So, and then the K and the T aren't even next to each other
on the keyboard. They sure not. Look, another thing, y'all got to remember, this doesn't have re in it, but we have spark.
Well, he had to reignite the spark. Private community leaders is the one that's behind this children's museum.
You heard what he said. Did you hear what he said? He said the private business people Again, he's about the business. He's not about y'all. Y'all better get it. He said it. He said, and others. And others. Think
That's
about
the
that.
redistricting. There you go.
No, it's called gerrymandering because that's what they did. Hold up.
Start is the anchor project, the Children's Museum and Learning Center that we've been talking about. This is a huge opportunity to build something that is the best in the state. So we're not trying to be second on this one. We want the best. We have talked to our private business community and others. They are really behind this. Red River Bank, Royal Martin, all of those captains.
There you go. There you go. There you go, y'all. There you go. What I say?
Red River Bank is the city's bank. Royal Martin is his biggest funders. Yep. Oh yeah, this next election cycle, yeah, this shit's gonna be because they're gonna spend the money to get him in there.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be up to the people. It's not gonna be up to how much money they spend. It's gonna be up to the people.
He said it, y'all. Royal Martin dumps a lot of money into Alexandria. A lot of money.
Yes, tomorrow, Miss Battles. People are gonna rush to Alexandria for a children's museum. Just like they're gonna rush to Alexandria to go to goddamn T-ball, whatever the fuck you got going over Dixie League.
Like the zoo.
like the zoo. Like the zoo.
And that $350,000 parking lot that they bought that stays empty. If you go by there right now, well, tomorrow during the daytime, go by there and see how many cars are parked over in that empty $350,000 parking lot.
Now he need to re-zoo. That's what he need to do.
Yep, that's what he need to do. Yeah, rebuild that damn zoo, that old ass zoo.
No, we don't need to do it. They need to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's amazing that you're talking about Masonic Drive, and the zoo sits on Masonic Drive. So how are you missing out on that?
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Reignite.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry.
Industry who are doing a lot more foundational work these days and investing are behind it. This would work in conjunction with our zoo and that corridor, and it would be the destination of.
Oh my God! Did he do something? Y'all,
that's a hell of a screenshot. Everybody take a screenshot. Everybody take a screenshot real quick. We're gonna need that for another show.
Wait a minute, did he just say the zoo and we were just talking about the zoo? You guys, I have not seen this. Tavares, the one, told me that it was on. I hadn't seen it. This is the first time I've seen it. And we actually just started talking about the zoo.
He said, didn't the zoo just get a Jaguar? Yeah, I don't know how much that cost the taxpayers. That must have been an old ass Jaguar last day. It might have been one of them Jaguars they cut out in the wild.
It's a baby. It was a baby.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the ones they caught out in the wild.
One or two that would draw people there. Then the mall, if you imagine, is no longer a retail center in the traditional way. Obviously, it will have that, but everything.
Now, wait a minute. I want to say this. So y'all know that across the street from the zoo is a porn shop. Are we gonna deal with that?
No. I've heard some stories about that place, and people are saying that they got a get down room in the back. So I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so listen. You have a porn shop and a daiquiri shop directly across from your children's zoo.
Well, yeah, as soon as you get down fucking with them kids, you
need to get a drink.
Yeah, you need a drink.
So how are you fixing up Masonic Drive and you're not closing them things down?
Because we don't
make it make sense.
You gotta look, if you're gonna get it on, you're gonna have to be in the zone. So we're gonna need you. Yeah, you're gonna get a daiquiri shop. Then we're gonna put the daiquiri shop next to a porn store, because those two things go together. Reimagine.
Oh my God. You should be trying to get rid of them two places, Bear, or ask them to move. You can ask them to move.
No, we can't ask them to move.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right
Yeah.
across from the children's zoo, you have a porn shop and a daiquiri shop.
And
Just to make sure.
and don't forget you got a you also have a funeral home.
And if you
The funeral home is next to the porn shop.
actually the funeral home is next to the tennis court. And then you go up a little bit further. The porn shop is a little bit further up,
Yeah,
right?
well, it's all across the street from
Or
the zoo.
down. No, it's tennis court. You know, you're right, Tavares. It's not.
You got a golf course. Don't
You
forget
gotta
that.
go.
You got a golf course right across the street from that.
So okay, so I go play
The
golf.
the
Okay.
corridor on Masonic, if I'm not mistaken, is you got on the left hand side, you got a tennis court, a dog park, a golf course. Then on the other side of the street, you got a funeral home, a porn shop, and a daiquiri shop.
On the right hand side is the dog park.
Well, all depends on which way you're coming.
Yeah, which way you coming? Yeah.
Pause. You see what we did there? Pause. All right, keep going.
Changes in that. More town center activity, more entertainment and other types of venues. All of that is set up. How do we help do that? We help do that, Jim, by taking over stranded, functionally obsolescent infrastructure. The mall owns all their ingress and egress, all those roads, the bad parking lot. That will never be used again. That amount of parking, because of why we want to push them to omni-channel shopping, will never be used because you don't shop that way anymore, Ms. Felter. You shop a different way, mostly on that phone. So all of that has to be thought about when you do this. But if the city would take over a lot of this functionally obsolescent infrastructure, because we can put things on it, diminish the amount of wasted parking space, never to be used again, with other assets, that takes that burden off the mall's back and lets it reinvest in the mall. All of this in a carefully constructed cooperative endeavor, Trey, right? All on milestones where everybody's having to meet their part as we go down the chain. Does this make a little sense so far? Okay.
No.
If you look on the document, you'll.
Okay, I hear. Okay, I hear the
sleigh bells ringing.
I don't know what I want to say, but I'm looking at it from, I'm not trying to small mind it and then say I need to take off my blinders. I don't see how this is going to benefit the whole of Alexander. Maybe I need to say it like that.
Well, I mean, because it's okay. So far we got a dialysis center, a dialysis clinic, and a liquor store, a porn shop, a pawn shop, a hospital, a baseball park, a zoo, a golf course, a dog park, and a tennis court, and a city park, and a daiquiri shop, a funeral home.
And you got that little convenience store that sits there too on that corner.
No, I count that as a liquor store.
Okay, liquor store.
Oh, right. Didn't they have shootout on Masonic right across the street from Bringhurst or the park for special needs kids? I can't confirm or deny that, but I did hear about a shooting on Masonic. I can get to the brass tacks of that, and I guess in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So I'm just saying, I'm
all
trying.
That is within. They're all within walking distance of each other.
Yep. So I'm trying to understand how is that. I see the multi-mix in the multi-purposeness in there. Now I want y'all to understand what he said. There's a lot of, it's like a little strip area of office and stuff that's empty right there. He's talking about taking over that too, because remember he's talking about making that like offices, medical offices and stuff. So he's talking about that whole corridor. They're going to take over. That's what they're basically saying right there. Now, right where the parking lot is, what is that building in the parking lot across from the zoo? What building is that? That brick building. I don't know what that is. What is that? Anybody know?
What?
Right next to Right next to the parking lot, there's a brick building. It's an office building, but I don't know what it is.
Probably
That
nothing.
no, I've seen cars there, but I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
That maybe that's the dialysis machine. I mean, place. Is that where that is?
That might be.
Okay. Then that's what's right there. So, um, my thing, I guess I'm looking at it from the standpoint of I think it's so much more could be done. I'm sorry. I think what and the thing is, this is like a person that already told you over and over again that we're going to get this brand new thing. And every time that brand new thing comes up, it never happens. Let's talk about Spark again. This is 17 years. Did I say 17? Almost 20 years later. And now we got this new project coming up. You never finished the Spark project, according to them. So now we're starting a new whole project again. Okay, we didn't make no, we didn't do that much over there. So now let's move over here. Remember, part of Spark was Jackson Street under that bridge. That was part of Sparks too, y'all. I hope you understand that. Mr. Fuller showed you that's part of Sparks. Okay, that was part of the Spark project too. Putting all those lights, $650,000 up under the overpass on Jackson Street Extension. I mean on Jackson Street. $650,000. That was part of the Spark.
It feels like he grasping at straws whenever
That's
he the
that
panic.
that that's the word. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. It just looks like is okay. We're gonna do this now. You only talk to the private business owners. That's all you talk to. You didn't care what the local people say, right? You only cared about what the
Royal
white.
Park said you
Well,
cared about
that's right.
what Riverbank said.
That's right.
Yeah, you
That's
cared
right.
about what they said.
Didn't say nothing to what the people want. Now, let me say this about a museum. I've been to many of them. You only go to a museum once or twice. I'm
Unless
just saying.
unless there's some kind of recurring activity. Oh, and that means jobs for the people that he want to hook up. Because who's going to be working in there?
Yeah. Another thing, he said a learning center in there. He said the zoo and a learning center. So I'm just curious. I'm just, it just, I don't know. Like you said, Tavar, sound like more of a grasping at straws because he's saying he want a state of an art museum, but the local people, are they going to be able to enjoy? I mean, I know you're not supposed to just look local because you do want people to come in from all over to visit the museum, but that's not a reoccurring thing. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't see, maybe I need to say it like that, I don't see the footwork of people over and over again. Oh, let's pack up and go to Alexandria to the children's zoo. I don't see that for Alexandria. That's why I'm saying this ideal of a children's museum. And now that he told us exactly who brought it up and is backing it, and yeah, let's do it, it has nothing to do with what's going to happen to the rest of the people. It don't. It doesn't involve us. It's never, and this is what y'all have to understand. Nothing they do involve us. I don't know how else to say that. But nothing else they do when it comes to Alexandria involve us. I'm just saying. They don't want y'all in the city park, right? Okay. Y'all don't golf. They watch you at the tennis courts. So they really don't want you there. Y'all don't use the dog park. All that stuff was not for y'all. That golf course wasn't for y'all. They filled in that swimming pool and put a golf cart, course there. Because it's not about y'all. That's what y'all not getting. That's District 4. That is not about y'all. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's about the minority population of Alexandria. It has nothing to do with the majority. And I'm not saying black folks ain't going to go to this museum. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not saying that. but we don't do the zoo either. So I'm just saying that's not for us. It's not for us. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but y'all are not in mind with these. These plans has nothing to do with y'all as the majority of the population. I'm just saying.
You'll see a lot of due diligence that we're required to do. If you go to page 2 under mall omnichannel, it tells you what we mean by that. It just means lots of different ways to do it. Omnichannel, multiple channels to shop and do these things. It in the word probably people are hearing a lot now, but you will. You're going to start hearing it all the time, not just here, but everywhere, because it's the way that new retail competes. We talked a little bit about it, but you have integrated online and offline shopping experiences for the mall customers. They can see real-time visibility of inventory at places on their app and know if I go there, it's there, or I can just order it, or I can go and program a whole day. What I'm going to eat, that I'm going to go play pickleball, that the kids are going to go to the batting cage, right? All of that.
Did you hear what he said? Again, and I'm going to say it again. I want y'all to hear it. This is not for y'all. This is for the other percentage of Alexandria. Has nothing to do with y'all. And he's saying it out loud. Everything he's saying it out loud. This has nothing to do with the black population. This is all about something the white population wants. Nothing to do with y'all. I'm not saying y'all might not benefit from it. I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you know. This is not for y'all. Okay.
Can be programmed on this omni-channel version. So I won't read them all. I will just tell you that that is what we expect in return from the mall. For you to get our input into this project, you have to change this. The second due diligence was the first one conducted. That's where we went through yes and no. Do you agree with this vision statement? Will you do these things? And the answer was emphatically, Rick, yes, we will. So we have a willing partner. We have an opportunity that I want you to think about scalably. If that phone that allows us to order and do all the things sort of equalized everybody. So if you were in a small town that had 2 boutique shopping centers, and Alexandria in the 70s and 80s had this huge mall, all of a sudden that world changed, right? Now everything is ordered. The mall could become a stranded asset unless you can go into this future look and do something new, right? But now you have the asset again that others don't have, because you have this whole center that can be an experience-driven center that other places don't have. Now there's a reason where you hear now, no reason to drive to Alexandria for that. I don't need to leave to do it. Now there is a reason to do it, and that's what we need more of. So public safety guaranteed in it, all of those things, we're going to see a change. Not only in that corridor, but this is going to be a flagship thing for us to do. And I think the Children's Museum is the anchor, but I think you need 1 or 2 more. We're going to be open to supporting incentives for any tech-related business and healthcare. We're already talking to Cabrini. They're on our stakeholder group because they're way in.
Now, you tell me why that wasn't a priority over a children's museum. Why not make that a tech center instead of a children's museum? Because let me tell you something about a museum. You're only going to be able to hire so many people. Right? The learning center, you're going to use some of the same people most likely. It's not going to be where there's a massive amount of jobs coming out of a children's museum. Okay. All right? I'm just saying. So why not center on bringing tech here first? And then after you bring tech here, then once tech is working, then go around and bring the other things in. Why wasn't tech first? Why was a children's museum? Because there's something with that, y'all. There's something with that for him to come up with a children's museum. And did you ask everybody? Because if you ask me, and I was a resident of Alexandria, that would not be a priority. Mine would be jobs that's paying money would be a priority. And I know tech pays. That's what I would do. I would bring tech here first. What in the hell is a children's museum going to benefit the parents that need to work these jobs in order to maintain their families? I'm not taking nothing from children. Yeah, they deserve all those things, but it shouldn't be a priority. He's making that a priority, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, y'all. In Alexandria needs jobs. And they need jobs that have a livable wage to it, not a children's museum. That's recreation, and that should be put on the back burner right now, to be honest with you. I don't care how state of the art it is. You need tech here. And what's so crazy about Jock doesn't correct anything that he's done in all the 4 years, the terms that he has been in this office. He doesn't correct himself every 4 years at all. He keeps doing the same stuff over and over and over again. He won't admit when something doesn't work. What he does is he goes back to the drawing table and try that same thing but using a different cover. He doesn't change, and that's the problem. He doesn't change. He doesn't change his personality. He doesn't change to learn better. He doesn't do that because this is not, now that he's saying tech, this doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you make tech jobs in the healthcare in combination be the priority? Why wouldn't that be a priority? Why is entertainment the priority for our kids? So the kids won't go out of town and spend their money, because you can go to Baton Rouge to go to a museum. You can go everywhere else. And what happens is the schools take their kids on trips and they take them away from here. And the people spend their money away from here. Families get in the car and they go on vacations away from here. But a lot of them can't afford to do that because tech is secondary to a children's museum. Tech jobs are secondary. Livable wages are secondary to a museum. So it just needs to make sense. That's all I'm asking. Make it make sense. I might be wrong. I'm sorry.
Interested in moving some assets there. We just got to get them all freed up to do it. And there would be opportunities for that kind of thing. There's opportunities for health and spas and other things. It's got to be a different place, ladies and gentlemen. But it's a big opportunity. I know you'll get criticized. Why are they doing that? You'll get a lot of the theys. Why are they doing that? Because the people are demanding that. And people in our city want to.
Okay, now, the people in the city want that. You first said that the businesses. Now you're saying the people. Which one asked for this, requested this whole project?
Well, my question is, why? What people did he talk to?
That's what he said. But he already said it. He said the private business.
I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people he's saying. I don't know if the people in the private institutions are the same, but if they're not, I don't know.
I don't know.
See change, and they want to see this scale of shopping and opportunities. And we can't be driven by what someone says that lives somewhere else and done. We have to do what we need to do for our city to make it a place that is attractive and has the quality of life for those value-added jobs that you want to get. If you're telling a company to come here, you have to have these things in place. That space, if you left it to become even more, if you left it to stay as it is, it won't stay as it is. So this is an opportunity for us to make an intervention with willing partners on an asset not every city has in the first place, which is a mall of that size, especially compared to this city. So that's where we are on reignite.
Okay. There are malls larger than our mall. I promise you. I've seen them. I've been in them. There's one right up the road in Lafayette. There's one in Shreveport that's larger. And guess what? A lot of malls don't bring anything in. Matter of fact, the one in Shreveport that we used to go to in Burlington Coat Factory, the church bought it. So they have a whole church inside that mall in Shreveport. I'm just saying, stop making it sound like it's a do or die thing. Stop trying to sell it that way, because it's not working with people who travel around the country and been in small towns like Alexandria. Alexandria is not unique at all. It's a lot of towns like Alexandria. So it's not a unique thing. So stop making it sound like that. Okay? I'm just saying.
I think it's going to be an exciting project for all of you to.
You have a lot of cities that are majority black, right? And the blacks are ignored. So try to make, okay. So tell me again what makes Alexandria unique when it comes to your populations. Ferguson was like that. Perfect example. Majority black. And white folks ran it, just like white folks run Alexandria. I'm trying to tell you, what's the difference? You're not unique. Alexandria's not unique, okay, sir?
Get into, and hope that you'll at least go read this. I know it's technical, but as we do the easier stuff to look at, it's going to make a lot of sense to you guys. And I want you to know how much detail we're putting into it. We're not going to go spend money on something that we haven't determined the market is there for. If you go to the last page on this, the second to last page, guys, we have where we are on the task orders with CSRS. So you can see where we are on the task orders and what's next. The market analysis is task 2. It's about to start. So there will be pro forma analysis for all the things we're telling you. In other words, we're betting this is right, but because we have a bunch of data already, but we will have the data that supports it first. All right, so we're going to run out of time. Any questions about that vision and goals from the council? CSRS does, they do a lot now.
What'd you say? That's not nice to us. That's not nice at all. I guess I just don't see the need for this when you're in the city that don't have jobs. I just don't.
I don't see the need for this when you are a city that don't have the population to support it.
Not only this, but he's saying people come in. He's not worried about the population.
What people? Where are they at? What are you doing? Well, like, are you? Is kinetics involved? Like, what are we doing here?
Okay, Tavares. So the thing is not built yet. So the people are not going to come until the thing is built. Point blank. I get that. Okay. So he's banking on a lot of visitors from outside coming into Alexandria. He's not talking, again, we're not of the concern. Okay. I don't care about the population of Alexandria. I'm telling you what me and my business buddies said is going to happen. This is what we want. It's nothing to do with y'all. Okay. Again, it's a city ran by majority white people, but it is a majority black city. This, I guarantee you, a lot of people that look like us didn't say, oh, bring a children's museum here with no jobs, that's working at Burger King, that's cleaning houses, that's doing a lot of CNA jobs. They don't have any jobs that's really what they want to do. You have a lot of college students here that did not leave, got their degrees, and they're working at McDonald's and Burger King and places like that, and in some of the mall, whatever's left in the mall, and all these restaurants around here. That's what you got here. So I don't think we, as a whole, was saying, okay, let's bring a children's museum here. I don't see that. I don't see that. Now, if you're talking tech, turn that museum, quote unquote, into a tech center, I can see people saying, yeah, we behind that. That's jobs. But no, tech is at the bottom or is in the middle. It's not priority. A children's museum is priority. Because again, we're about you serving everybody else. We need y'all to serve everybody else. That's why restaurants such a big thing here, because those non-livable wage jobs are more important, okay, than it is for jobs that are actually paying money. The rent is high, the utilities is high, but we are focusing on, and the water is brown, but we need a children's museum. I don't know what the problem is, y'all. We need a children's museum with a learning center. That's going to be the anchor. That's going to be the anchor. I'm just saying, make it make sense. And it doesn't, to me, feasible, and in a city that's desperate need for good jobs and steady wages and livable wages, a children's museum is not the answer. It's not the answer. So I want to look up, this is what I want to look up for a children's museum. I want to see how many employees do a children's museum need.
You wouldn't be able to do that because it's such a small scale. That place has a staff of maybe 14 people, maybe 14,
Not 14.
maybe 14.
Hold up. You know me. 42, 34 to 42. A Louisiana Children's Museum has an estimate of 34 to 42 employees, with some sources listed the company size as 11 to 50 employees.
That's what I just said. It's not a lot of people.
No, no, that's not. So on average, what does an employee make? That's the question. On average, what is the so how much do they make? How much?
No, see that you can't, because the
They
museum,
have different jobs.
yeah, it's classified jobs.
Yeah, I got you. On average, listen to this. The one in New Orleans, they have 25 to 50 employees. The estimate salaries, including $15 per hour for a facilitator, 16 for a camp counselor. They have a camp. And then 22 for a receptionist, administrative assistant.
And they're not talking about the directors who are making 65 and 70 and 80, 90,000 a year.
Okay, here it goes. It says it right here. It says a facilitator makes 15, a camp counselor makes 16, a receptionist makes 22, an executive assistant makes 62,000 per year, a customer service manager makes 37,000, wellness director makes 62,000, a gallery assistant approximately $10 to $20 an hour, manager is range from 42K to 71K, and then the educator makes 36 to 55K. And that's the New Orleans Children's Museum. It's called the Louisiana Children's Museum in New Orleans. Now, again, you have to ask, are they going to be still paying that type of wages? The lowest is the 37,000, and that's the customer service manager. 30 less than $40,000 a year. And y'all, I'm not knocking how much it is, but a living wage is not $15 an hour, y'all.
It's not
It's beyond that.
$10.
No, and it's not $10 an hour. No, it's not a living wage. It's not a living wage. So that's just something we got to look at. I mean, it's all good, sounds good and sweet and cherry, but look at it from a long haul, you know? They don't even pay, let me see, they don't pay the IT department a living wage. Yeah. They need to shut it down and waste the time, money to the city in our tax dollars. Uh-huh. Remember, the mayor said that everything they do doesn't mean they're gonna make money from it. He did say that. You right, Nat. This ain't nothing but something to get him back in office, and then he gonna stop it to get it. Yup, you right, Nat. You right. Because it's just so weird that you started on this at this late in the game. It's like he just picked something out the air. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. You got 1,000 people out of work, and the jobs that they're offering is not a livable wage. But you're going to bring a children's museum here that probably on average maybe employ about 20 people on average. That's not guaranteed no jobs for any of us. Keep that in mind, y'all. That don't mean that any of us is going to be working there, because we're not. It's not, has nothing to do with us. I told you all this don't have nothing to do with us. Even though you're the majority, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the black population. It's not going to make any money. You're right, Nat. Because nobody is not going to drive to Alexandria to go to no children's museum unless they live close. Okay, unless they live close. They're not going to drive. I'm not going to drive from Texas when we have museums, art galleries, and all that in Texas. Ain't no way I'm getting in my car to drive no 4 hours to no children's museum when I can stop in New Orleans and go to the children's museum in New Orleans. Why would I come all the way to Alexandria? Yup, we won't. Yup. Y'all notice the old money don't want real paying jobs to come here like industrial jobs. You're right. The industrial, you would have to have tech and industrial jobs as a combination, or two working side by side with livable wages. That's what you need here. And I see the healthcare is priority too. So you have those three combinations working side by side, then you're doing something for your city, because we know those are all going to create jobs. You know, and this fantasy of a children's museum is a fantasy, and anybody who's listening can go back and tell them I said it. It's a fantasy, and it's not going to help. It's not going to help the people who live here, who's struggling. It's not. And as long as you don't put the people priority, I mean, come on, think about it. This is not an entertainment center. It's not. Okay? Let me just say that. There's nothing entertaining about Alexandria. Nothing. Okay? So when you say it's the only one they have here, or it's such a great place, let me share with you real quick the museum in New Orleans. Let me see this. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see if I can go to the website. Let's see. Oh, here's the website. Okay. Here is the museum in New Orleans. Okay, so now we're on the page of the Louisiana Museum in New Orleans. I'm sorry, I was looking in here. It's inside the city park. Adults and children for a 12-month membership is $18. For seniors and active military is $15. They're showing their visitor traffic. It's closed on Mondays. So they got a place called Dickie Bernard Cafe Acorn. It's a place they can eat at. Okay. That's the visit of it. Let's see what their calendar looks like. Weekly programming. So this must be their learning center. Again, if I'm coming from, why would I leave Texas to come to Alexandria? When if I want to come to Louisiana, I'm going to New Orleans. I'm going to New Orleans and hang out there. I get plenty of places to eat. I don't know if y'all see this ongoing theme, but let me not say nothing because I'm always looking at stuff like that. What do y'all see that I'm seeing? Are you looking at it, Tavares?
I mean, I think that, I don't know. A water park right off 49, like Malcolm said, would bring people from all around Alexandria. A water park during the summer and a place to hold during the winter. Didn't he try to do a technology park?
Yep.
Where's that? Oh, that was in the black area. He ain't gonna do that.
That was in the
Colfax, Leesburg. Yeah, they would all come around.
Yeah. Yep. A water park. Do you see a recurring theme I'm watching on this one? You can have parties there. Look at this. Meetings and conferences. Oh, I didn't know you could do that at Children's Zoo. I mean, a museum. You can have parties and weddings. Cool. Let's see. That's it.
Oh, the police chief is going to speak next. So I don't know if you.
Okay, hold up. Let me finish this. They have a first and second floor. Outdoor experiences. This is what theirs look like. Okay. I'm just curious. Let me come out of here. Okay.
Okay, internally. And I would just say, because of the world of data that we keep talking about, there's so much more data out there. You all use AI, you know that. I mean, you can, not that it's always correct. Internal, there are a couple of things that I'd already informed the council about, that Leota group, Victor Leota, who's from here, doing some of the assessments down to a street intersection. Is that good for development or not? Here's why. Here's how close it is to this infrastructure. Here's a problem you have. So this is going to be heavily driven by GIS. chiefs and everybody else. That's why it's so important to have all that in place. The higher your level of GI. Look, now's the time to start saying, no, don't like it. I mean, I know there's more to see first, but I will tell you that I go around and talk, and other than, I guess, sort of just not in my backyard about anything or no idea is good, I not only don't get pushback, I totally get the Children's Museum, go support, go off.
So who you talking to? Who you talking to? That's my question. Who you talking to?
All in. So I'm not hearing a lot of negative. Chief, I think you had something to close out on, and then we got to turn the room over. Yeah, I want to add my public safety report for later. Mine is more just about how it feeds into Reignite, but the chief had some things he asked me for time on, and I'm just going to turn it over to him.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to address a couple things that some press releases, and I'd like to clarify some of those. Last week, we had a shooting at Monroe and MacArthur in which no individual was struck, no property was damaged or anything like that. Our detective immediately got to work on that. And the next morning, whenever I met with them, they quickly were able to get an identity of the suspect. We have said several times that we would release media when appropriate. That comes from my office, from my PIO. And in no time do I ever get permission or approval from the mayor or his office to release any media. I've never seen policy from the mayor, either written or verbal. I have nothing to hide. Transparency has been my platform, and accountability has been my platform, and certainly make.
First of all, Mr. Grimion, you weren't in the space when Jock Roy made that comment long time ago. That nothing gets put out unless he says so. Grimion wasn't even here. I don't even think he was working for the city of Alexandria when Jock said that or made that sort of like comment, but I'll leave that alone.
Those decisions on what we need to release and when. And again, I want to use a word, when appropriate. The reason my detectives asked me not to release this at the time was because we knew who the suspect was and we needed to get that suspect. And it absolutely jeopardized our officers safely and effectively arresting the suspect.
Wait a minute. Didn't Van Dyke say we need to be involved to tell who's who? Didn't he say that? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Am I right, y'all? Do y'all remember that? What? When Van Dyke said we need to be telling them who's who.
Right.
Okay.
It's a mixed message.
Okay, gotcha.
We always have said, again, when we would release that suspect, when it would be appropriate. 8 days later, we did release a release that the suspect had been arrested. The men and women of the Alexandria Police Department and in our detective division, along with our patrol division, located and not only arrested the suspect, but with a firearm, but also arrested his brother with a firearm as a convicted felon with an illegal firearm. So we took two individuals off the street 2 days ago, I believe, Monday, who were out there. As the mayor said, you commit one crime, it's a one-up. And I don't use his words many, but as he does, it's a one-up. And so we were able to take these guys off of the streets right here in Alexandria. I've been approached several times from different outlets asking me about how do we help with recruiting. We had a commissioner stand up here not long ago and talk about how the community can get involved. and how the people can get involved.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did he just say that? You still there? Yeah. Okay.
In reporting these crimes. It's a sad day when the press does not report facts. And I'm going to say it one more time. Report the facts. Never has Mayor Roy had to approve a press release that I have sent out or my office have sent out. So if you're going to report it, report the facts and know the facts. There is a clear reason that I want the community, the council, to know why I told my PIO not to release that press release. Because of the safety of my officers, that is number one priority, and the safety of the community. That's why we didn't release those.
Okay, Mr. Grimion, tell me when the last time somebody shot a cop on APD. Anybody know? I just want to know, because to me this sounds anyway.
That release, the day it happened. I've jotted down some more notes. Again, I just ask that you expect me to be transparent, to be honest, and be accountable. I ask the same of you. If it's incumbent upon me, then you need to do the same thing. My mom said, take the high road, it never floods. Well, I'm tired of taking the high road and this department being knocked down. The negativity, the mayor just talked about $82 million being invested in Reignite. He talked about Chief Allen and our salaries are funded through tax dollars. How are we going to drive tax dollars when all we see is negative coming from the press? It will not happen. We will not have.
You whiny baby. You whiny baby.
That tells me that they have an ego problem. They have an arrogance, narcissist problem. That's what that tells me. And we know who that's directed at, okay? We know who that's directed at. They don't like what's being said about it because people are not coming here. That's what the problem is. People are not coming here because it's a crime-ridden city, according to what y'all were saying that, okay? So don't get upset because y'all are the ones who's trying to make and lie and say that it's so safe here. Why are you getting upset? Come on now. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
If you don't believe creating SOPs can take seconds instead of hours, you haven't tried Scribe. Check out the thousands of 5-star reviews that show how Scribe users are saving.
Welcome to the Daily Show. My name is Jon Stewart. We have a tremendous show for you tonight. Later on, we're going to be joined by CNN international anchor Christiane Amanpour.
Did you do that?
But first,
did you do that? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
No, I'm not even in the room. I'm in the kitchen.
I'm sorry, y'all. That wasn't supposed to play. Okay, hold up. Let me see what happened. It went off. Hold up. Let me go back over here, y'all. I'm sorry. It must have played itself out. Hold up. Hold up. No, y'all. Let me see what happened. Give me a second here. Let me go back over here to YouTube. I turned around and like all of a sudden, what's the name was playing? Like, wait a minute, what happened here? Hold up. She said, did we get hacked? You crazy. Oh, there you go.
Our salaries are funded through tax dollars. How are we going to drive tax dollars when all we see is negative coming from the press? It will not happen. We will not have more people in this community. We will lose more jobs here. I am as invested as anyone in public development, in economic development, because our salaries and the people that work with me and other stakeholders in public safety rely on that. I talk to realtors all the time. I am as invested as they are about getting businesses here. Public safety is important. It's the number one thing. And if we can't get it right and we can't report the right facts, then maybe we shouldn't report nothing or anything at all. So with that, Mayor, I appreciate the reignite. I appreciate your commitment to public safety. Force multiplier, we've talked about, we're committed to doing. And I, again, just ask that those out there to be held to the same standard as we are with accountability. And I'll yield to you, sir.
In the cynical world we have, I guess it'll go without saying, I didn't know what the chief was going to say. People won't believe that. Obviously, the idea is to put everything on me that there's something happening with APD. I have never experienced that, the idea that the mayor runs the department. It's half the time people chase you to do more leadership and do things. I spend a lot of time over there, I will admit, with detectives and others. I spend time with Carla. I spend time with the deputy chiefs. These are people.
Okay, I'm done. Anything he says from here on out is not really relevant. Do y'all want to hear the rest of it? Y'all tell me in the chat if y'all want to hear the rest of it.
You know what that sounds like, right?
What?
That sounds like Trump and the Epstein files.
Yeah. Just I don't know where y'all get that from.
I don't know why they're so worried about the Epstein files. They should be focused on all the big wins we've got. That's exactly what it sounds like. Why aren't they talking about the big wins? We've been winning big. America's great again. You know, our on top. You know what I mean? Why they worried about crime? And why they misreporting the crime? Man, you act like you got some authority over people reporting the news. You don't. Yeah. People get to pick which news they listen to. Exactly. You're not the final authority on what people can watch.
And
you're not the authority on what people can report. Neither are you, Doc.
Yeah.
None of you are.
So I'm trying to figure out this. If somebody want to lie on the news, so damn what? What are you going to do, sue them?
They sit up there and lie every goddamn city council meeting.
Yeah. What the hell are you getting upset about? Oh, he mad. What Clyde say? He big mad.
Yeah, you. But see, the thing is, that's that. Did he slam his fist on the desk?
Yeah.
That's that old white man anger. I don't want no goddamn niggas around me. Shit. I'm trying to keep them in check. You guys are acting like we're not doing our goddamn job. We lock these niggas up. We do. It's safe around this mud. You ain't never seen. The crime is low. It's low. It's low, goddammit.
You got me choking. Hey, Miss Linda, I didn't ignore you. I saw you on there, baby.
Now look. I came off a little upset, and I was upset. I was in my feelings. But what I want to relay to y'all is if you're going to relay the news to the people, at least relay it to the people in a way that makes us look good. We're not, because we got enough battles we're fighting out here. We got Mexicans, we got niggers, we got these people that do these things in these parts of the rural area that we do, but we don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? Talk about one of them before you talk about this city and the goddamn children's zoo. It's a museum. He's trying to build in this motherfucker. You guys are bringing us down. I'm just saying, guys, listen. I'm just saying the morale is where it's at because of how the news reports what we're doing here. Okay? And Mayor, look, I'm gonna give you the seat, but let me say this. Before it's all said and done, you motherfuckers are gonna regret it. You're going to regret. You're going to rue the day. You hear me, Jack? You're going to rue the goddamn day. You see in. I'll watch you guys. Hell, I even subscribe. But you guys are going to rue the day. We're going to ruin your life if this shit doesn't go through. It's a goddamn children's museum in the goddamn mall. Oh, I'm sorry. I just, you know what? You guys gotta forgive me. I chuckle at the racist white outrage. I can't help it. It's just the funniest shit in the world. Like, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. You guys, come on. You can't make this stuff up.
Nope.
If they don't want no goddamn bowling alley next to the other bowling alley, then shit. You know? Shit. Fuck, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm just, I'm glad you gave me this time to speak my mind. But God damn it, y'all. You got to do better. At least work with us. Shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, he dropped my phone.
I'm so fucking goddamn tired of it, man. I'm sick of it. My officers' lives are being threatened. Our officers are in so much danger, we had to go create a fake job for fake officers. They don't even got guns.
Oh, Jesus. Stop.
Like a bad Chappelle Show skit. That's what this is.
Oh, wait a minute. He said, what now? He said some of these folks like the characters from the movies. Does anyone know how the school board meeting went with them wanting to cut the custodian jobs? I have no idea.
Mexicans are AI.
I have no idea. I'm quite sure somebody's gonna say something. I guess you can. I guess you go to the school board on their page.
Yeah, you can't. It's not available. Not available. You're asking for something that don't exist.
I'm sorry, y'all. No, we don't know what happened, Miss Bentley.
It's like a horrible Tubi movie.
Huh?
It's like a bad Tubi movie.
Yeah, it does. A B-rated movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just so proud. Oh, he just loved that he got angry.
Hey, run it back one more time before we go.
Hold up.
I'm so sick of this goddamn shit. Fuck. I can say that.
Hold up. He talking for a minute.
He's sitting up there with his little pen pointing at the crowd. He's on one. He was
certainly make those decisions on what we need to release and when. And again, I want to use a word, when appropriate. The reason my detectives asked me not to release this at the time was because we knew who the suspect was and we needed to get that suspect. And it absolutely jeopardized our officers safely and effectively arresting the suspect. We always have said, again, when we would release that suspect, when it would be appropriate. 8 days later, we did release a release that the suspect had been arrested. The men and women of the Alexandria Police Department and in our detective division, along with our patrol division, located and not only arrested the suspect, but with a firearm, but also arrested his brother with a firearm as a convicted felon with an illegal firearm. So we took two individuals off the street 2 days ago, I believe, Monday, who were out there. As the mayor said, you commit one crime, it's a one-up. And I don't use his word many, but as he does, it's a one-up. And so we were able to take these guys off of the streets right here in Alexandria. I've been approached several times from different outlets asking me about how do we help with recruiting. We had a commissioner stand up here not long ago and talk about how the community can get involved and how the people can get involved in reporting these crimes. It's a sad day when the press does not report facts. And I'm going to say it one more time. Report the facts. Never has Mayor Roy had to approve a press release that I have sent out or my office have sent out. So if you're going to report it, report the facts and know the facts. There is a clear reason that I want the community, the council, to know why I told my PIO not to release that press release. Because of the safety of my officers, that is number one priority, and the safety of the community. That's why we didn't release that release the day it happened. I've jotted down some more notes. Again, I just ask that you expect me to be transparent.
What?
Now, you know what he's saying, right? That is absolutely fake news. You have a nasty attitude. It's not the question I mind so much. It's your attitude. It's fake news, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
So, is your city being ran by Republicans or is it being ran by Democrats?
Because they said fake news.
Right out of the Republican playbook.
Matter of fact, Jock has used the term fake news. That's how you know that they're Republican. Because he said that too. He's actually said fake news before too.
He must be only referring to the black people that reported.
Yeah, must be.
Okay.
Now, I think Shane McManus also was saying that they were not telling the truth about the numbers. Now, that was something else that was said.
We already said that, though. I said that last week. When they first reported about the crime statistics in the first place. And then the KLAB had to send them a FOIA request to get the actual raw data that they gleaned it from. And they did. It wasn't. Why would you make up a pie graph chart and not show the raw data that you used? Yeah. Unless it's a lie.
Yeah. They don't like getting caught in their lies.
You guys have sacrificed nothing. Okay? I've gotten up every day and put on this shirt to protect these motherfuckers in this city. And you got the nerve to report the goddamn place. It's a children's museum. Open it up. Vote for it. Shit.
You stupid. You are stupid. Oh, gosh, you're stupid. You're not my son. I don't care.
Somebody said they don't care if Trump is a pedophile. They also don't care if he's a part of the Rainbow Coalition because they don't have a problem with that either.
He said Stephen Maxwell said it wasn't him, by the way. Yeah, I know it wasn't Stephen Maxwell. He's talking about. Yeah.
Stephen Maxwell didn't have to clear that up. Stephen Maxwell gets his word from Jock.
Yeah, so we already knew that.
Clear that up. That was a moot point. We knew it wasn't him. He's not allowed to say nothing other than what Jock tells him to.
Yep. He don't have a mind of his own. He came back here because he was told to come back here when they got upset about KLB with Vitros and the crew that was with KLB. That's why he brought Stephen Maxwell back. That's what that was a competition. Sin Law Broadcasting is a competition to KLB. That's what that is. That's exactly what it is.
We're going to fit you up, man. Don't worry. Just come back and to do the reports I tell you to do. We're going to get you a new phone, get your microphone. We're going to you can even use city equipment.
He's back here to shine, to make Alexandria shine to the white folks.
And it's obviously not working because they're still upset.
Yeah. That's what he was brought back to do. To shine for the white folks. And he is a Republican. Because the reason why he left was because he didn't want to take the COVID shot. And everybody that was with
him. He left, I think he left right when Jeff Hall came in, didn't he?
No, this was in 2020 when he left. When the whole crew that was with him, that worked with him, they all left right behind each other.
Oh yeah, that was 2020 when Jeff Hall came in.
Yeah. Because he's a Republican.
He left when Jeff. Yeah, he did everything that everybody said they were going to do. He actually did it. Remember when Jared King said he wasn't going to work for him?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, that was kind of moot because if he wanted a new police chief, he was gonna pick one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's when he left. That what's the other guy? The fat guy? He left too. He over at I think he at Sinla Broadcasting too right now. Yeah. But they all left. Those were all Republicans. Okay, that's why.
Even Max referring to Jock as his dad as his daddy, I guess.
A godfather or something. He said something when he left. I'm gonna miss you, Dad. But then he came back. Where you come back at? So I'm not a Stephen Maxwell fan. I don't care what he says. Y'all already know I don't like Stephen Maxwell. I have nothing for that little boy because he's a boy to me. Yeah, that's just me. I don't like him. So okay. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show because I have to go do another recording and I'm already late.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess we'll come back Friday and put a bow on our tribute to Mr. Fuller.
Because we spent too much time on this. This wasn't what we were supposed to be doing.
Well, I know, but we did implement some of the stuff that he was talking about, information that we wouldn't have got without him.
That's true. That's true. And again, I don't care what nobody say. I would pick tech jobs in a tech industry over a children's museum any day for a failing city, a non-thriving city. That's just me. All right. And I'm gonna put that in my Facebook page too, so be prepared for it. Okay, Miss Dixon, hello, Mr. McGee, thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss Thomas, thank you, Miss Finley, thank you.
Shamir said, I want to know why he chose the mayor's briefing to confront the media.
Miss Finley got jokes all the time. She be keeping them low key, but she.
She said, "Is he threatening us?" I don't know. Y'all are you seeing it too? Shit, I don't know if he threatening us. That shit. God damn it! We don't want to go to war with me. How motherfucker you want to go up with me?
Yeah, you sound like you want to go to war with me.
You want to go to war with me?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm here picking cotton. Whoa, champ. Whoa. You went too far, champ. Whoa.
You can't be talking about picking cotton with me.
Yeah, wait a minute. It wasn't supposed to go that far.
It's not that serious. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for all the information you share with us. Thank you. Ms. Bell, thank you. Oh, before we go, you guys, I'm sorry. I got something sent to me. Remember yesterday they were talking about flushing out the systems, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I got something I need to share with you guys because I'll forget if I don't do it now. Let me get it for you. Before we go, before the night's out, I want to share something with you. Hold up. That was sent to me. Well, it wasn't sent to me. Well, it was sent to me. Hold up. No. Stop sharing. Because y'all getting into my business. Y'all don't need to be in my business. Where did this come from? Hold up, y'all. I got to see something. Okay. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so let's see. Hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so I don't know where all that came from. Okay, so I need to show you guys something. I got sidetracked real quick, man. That was quick. See, I told you my focus is crazy. My focus is way off. Well, what are you doing here? Come out of there. There we go. I need to show y'all this. Let me show it to you. If it'll let me. That's Beverly so freaking voice. Oh, it's a white boy. Give me a second. Okay, so you guys check this out. Somebody sent me this. Remember yesterday they were talking about the water, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. They say they flush it out all the time, right?
Right.
Okay. I don't know how to make this big. Oh, you told me to do it this way. You said control what?
And scroll up.
Okay. Control scroll up. Let me see. That's making it little. Oh, it won't do it. It won't do it on that. Okay, so this letter basically says notice of unknown service line material. The city of Alexandria is focused on protecting health of every household in our community. This notice contains important information about your drinking water. The city of Alexandria is working to identify service line material throughout the water system, but has yet to determine the material of the surface line at your location. Because your service line material is unknown, there is the potential that some of all the service lines could be made of lead or galvanized pipe that was previously connected to the lead lead, I guess. People living in homes with a lead or galvanized pipe previously connected to a lead service, one have an increased risk of exposure to lead from their drinking water. For information sources of lead drinking water, please visit this website. So now they're saying that there's a possibility that you have lead pipes in your home leading to your house. So who does these service lines belong to? Are owned and maintained by the property owner. EPA has developed an online step-by-step guide to help people identify lead pipes in their homes called Protect Your Tap. A quick check for lead is available. Oh, it's the EPA. Okay. Wait a minute. Isn't this an old letter that they sent out when EPA got in contact with everybody and told them that there could be lead pipes, and this is when Jock said this belongs to y'all, this is your problem. Remember Jock said that? Remember he said this? He said this. Y'all remember that? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I remember it. Just keep. I'm not in the room. I'm hearing you. You can't hear me?
Okay. No, we can't hear you because you ain't in there.
Right.
All right. So they're saying, yeah, I remember this letter. This is an old letter. This is when EPA sent them a letter. And then they turned around and sent this letter out to everybody saying that their houses might have lead pipe in it. Lead, what's the name? And that could be where the settlement's coming from. So they're flushing it all the time. And then he turned around and changed it when people said, wait a minute, how are you blaming us for the water problem, the brown water? Y'all remember this? Let me see. Damn, I missed out. Oh, because I was calling everybody out. Okay, hold up, y'all.
Is that the whole letter?
No, that's the letter, but I'm not gonna read all of it because I could barely see it. But so do y'all remember that? Yeah, Miss Dixon says she remembers that. Let's see here. So and he tried to blame y'all for it, saying it came from y'all because he didn't want to. When reality is they've never fixed them pipes they've never took time out to fix the pipes under the city of Alexandria. But I guaranteed you this: 4 and 5 don't drink brown water. I promise you they don't. I promise you they got the right kind of pipe on their water system. I promise you that. I'm just saying. Yeah, this is an old letter. This was sent to me, but this is an old letter. I remember when that letter came out. But they said again, they say they flush the lines all the time. That's a lie. Because if you flush your lines all the time, then you would know that it's rust and there's something that is, but that wouldn't cause the water to be brown. It's something else going on. That's what I see. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I knew it was something else I forgot. Okay, so we'll be back Friday, I guess. But in the meantime, y'all enjoy y'all night. Thank you for hanging out with us to the end. We're down to 3. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys learned something tonight. I hope you guys go back and probably watch this if you need to. If you're interested in what's going on in your city, that's the reason why we share this information. But y'all already know. I told you. I'm building you this big, beautiful mansion. You're going to really love it. I ain't going to offer you nothing else. But I'm going to build you this big, and you guys need it. Again, this is not for us. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Okay. So you guys have a great night. Thank you, Miss Finley. Thank you, Miss Dixon. Thank you, Miss Thomas. I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Who else did we miss? Mr. Turner, thank you, thank you, thank you. People from Gina, Winfield, Colfax, Leesville, DeRitter, Ville Platte, Bunkie, Marksville, Simsport. All those small towns would bring money to Alexandria for the summertime. A water park right off 49, like Malcolm X Labadan tried to get, would bring people from all over. Yeah, they sure would. That's so true, right? What would you come in to see? Yeah, that's right. No, we black people can't work there. Y'all notice that old money don't want real paying jobs to come here. Like yep. Yeah. This ain't nothing but something to get him back in office. Yep. And then he's gonna stop if he get elected. Yup, it won't be completed. You right, Nat. Remember the mayor said that everything they do doesn't mean they're gonna make money from it? Yeah. They need to shut it down, a waste of time and money to the city and our tax dollars. That's right. They don't even pay the IT department a livable wage. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm just reading all. I tried to. We didn't put it on the screen. I don't like this little thing right here where you put it at because you can barely see it. They need to make it big. I'm gonna have to complain. All right. And thank you, Miss Bell. Thank you, Miss Dorsey. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys have a great night. Miss Battles, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody in because I don't want to miss anyone. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we got everybody. Oh, Miss King. Hey there, Miss Gloria. Thank you. Let's see here. Mr. McGee, I don't know if I said anything to you, but thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have a great night and bye-bye.